Hello, anybody here yet?
No, no one wants to see you.
¿Cómo se va?
Sounds like a chicken in my oven.
Your channel.
Hey,
Hey, Mr. Homer, how's it going? Oh, can't wait to see it. Todd, how's it going? Man, you got the best spot over there in Arizona to be camping out, spitting freedom seeds and camping out and looking at the stars. Eric, what's up, buddy? You gonna post that tonight, Mr. Homer? We're using the StreamYard app again. It runs about 10 seconds slow. So it's kind of weird. So it might catch a little bit of hiccup every once in a while. Dude, they ain't nothing better than a new to me pickup truck, Todd. I try not to spend more than about $500 on them.
That's true.
Love me some old pickup trucks, especially for what you're going to be doing out there. Oh, yeah. Well, Eric, you better get back on there and watch the football game. How they doing? They winning?
W one day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. Can't wait to see it, Mr. Homer. See what's the difference. Over here, we just feed the regular laying mash. Diesel Todd. I'll trade you.
What's yours?
F-150. Titan or Triton. Still ain't got my raised beds put together completely.
He's been slacking.
Yeah, I've been slacking a lot. I went outside to work on them after visiting with some people today, and then, Eric mostly, but went outside to do that. And my old agriculture teacher from high school was at his house, so I walked over to ask him if he needed some help to pick up anything. Or, oh no, I don't. Then he started talking. Pick up. You ain't calling, Corey. Started talking and talking and talking. Lord.
Oh, little dirt never hurt picking away in the garage.
Oh, a little. What's up, man? What you picking away at? Corey, I know you ain't watching that offshore. There ain't no way y'all got good enough internet to be watching this. You might be catching every oh.
Rory wants to say hi.
Oh, tell Rory to go play.
Little puppy dog. Oh.
Oh, good luck with the seeds, man. They hit a certain point, Todd, and I haven't seen many people have luck with them. Really, good luck. And
Them
it's,
dogs.
have you cutting, Todd, whenever you want one. I'm gonna get you some. Let me know.
You boys are bad. Bad boys.
In fact, I'll be sending some out Monday to a couple people. So if you want some, I could throw some in there for you also. I have some that I know it is. You want a cut and tie? Pew, pew.
Blasters.
Blasters.
He's telling on you.
Me, you must have got a new phone. You get on there with your phone and it boom, bogs down. You ain't got nothing better than you. You probably got Josh and Ross and all them watching that. See, look. We had pizza, box pizza, Eric.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I was gonna do an
You
out.
break my chair. You're not having no more.
Oh, get out of here.
Don't you break my chair.
We was gonna do a shrimp Alfredo, but the little boy went to sleep at his granny's, and that's his favorite, besides rice and gravy. So we're gonna cook that tomorrow.
Have a good night, Corey. You'll make sure everything's right before we get out there.
And now we're having some alcoholic beverages.
She can't have no more. That's the last one. She's gonna break my chair, and she can't even find a.
It's been a long week at work.
No, it's not. It's 6 people now. Oh. We're gonna make a few more minutes, probably about another 5-10 minutes, and then we'll see if anyone wants to join. I think we can get up to 6 people in here. We had 4, I think, at one time. Drinking 40s of Mickey. Oh, boy, Todd. Better leave them freedom poppers locked up. Leave mine high. High. If I'm drinking, I can't reach them.
You probably forget where they're at anyways.
Forget you, my wife, and go find me a girlfriend.
Fury.
Oh. Let's see. Anybody want to join? She's boring me already.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Your beard's getting white.
Yeah, no, I'm getting old.
White.
It's called old people. Mr. Home.
Hey,
How's it
Hey.
going, brother?
good.
How's the arm feeling?
Yeah, I'm downstairs in the wife office.
No, you better watch it. You could get in trouble.
Don't break her chair.
I don't want to build it. I done lost my man cave. This used to be my man cave.
That's a she shed.
Yeah, she's an RA nurse, but she's also a nursing teacher. She's a professor at the college.
Oh, okay.
So she teaches nursing also. She's an ER nurse, so and she teaches. And when this stuff came in America, they went to remote learning. But she didn't go out, but she goes out to do the clinicals in the nursing homes and stuff in Connecticut here.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she also teaches nursing. So
that's cool.
So I lost my man cave. Down here, first of all, I first lost the bar because I added an extra bedroom to the house. So I built an extra bedroom. So three was a 3-bedroom house to now it's a 4-bedroom house. 2 full baths, 2 fireplace, laundry room. Now it's a 4-bedroom, 2 full baths, laundry area, 2 fireplace. So for the girls, we got the twin girls. So
right.
Technically, the way the world's going, they don't gotta go nowhere. It ain't but me. It ain't but 2 girls and a parent. So the girls can stay here forever until they get married.
There you go. I tried to get mine to stay with me forever, and they didn't want. How you doing, Mr. Bill?
Yeah. So now the little space I did have after I made the 4th bedroom, I had consolidated my man cave, and then she all of a sudden told me I need an office. So. So all my furniture's on the back of my pickup truck. Not a pickup truck, my panel truck outside, going to the dump. Yeah. So today I was shooting a video with my girls on the chicken. So came down here to use her Mac. It was a family Mac as a desktop, and she used to work. And I guess she has it where we can switch some users, so I can use it to download a video because I use iMovie. I'm just learning how to do a little bit of editing.
Right.
So I'm coming down now using the iMovie from Mac, Apple. So I got 3 parts to it, which I'm going to try to slice together and make one continuous video. Showing me and the girls in the garage because it was raining here. We're getting a lot of rain up here today. They were talking about some flooding areas because it's going to be a lot of rain coming through here. So I brung the bin into the garage, so I have one arm, so the girls are helping me.
I got you.
So in the morning, when the wife pulls up in the morning, she'll help me carry it back out to the chicken coop and put it back in. So it's over it's 190 pounds worth of food in it. So
oh Lord,
feed them for a bit.
Yeah. You'll see the video. It can hold 300 pounds.
Wow.
So we did the math because, like I said, and think about it, we did the math. We have 31 chickens, right? If we feed them a 1/4 pound of food, each chicken is up to a 1/4 pound a day. So we was like, that's 8 pounds of feed every day for 7 days a week. So it comes out to 56 pounds a week. So we were like averaging okay, it's gonna be 2 days they're gonna be hungry. I don't know. 2 days the chicken's gonna be hungry out there. But when we did the math, it's 56. So we can get 300 pounds of food in there. So we're looking at 56 pounds a week. So the bin that I created, I don't have to go out there for about a month to feed them.
I got you.
So I don't have to worry about. So if the weather gets bad, that's what in my video I explained to people that if your barn's too far from your house, you're in a cold climate, bad weather comes through, storms and stuff, you don't have to worry about going out there and feed them.
Right.
Oh, you know, try to create something like that. I know it's expensive. Those big ones, the big bins at the big box stores and online. They,
Oh, anything you buy from a box store is expensive.
so I created my own from $19 bin. It was a totes, one of them big totes you get from Home Depot. The yellow hard heavy duty totes, Rubbermaid, and then I got the what I believe is a
Take it.
3-inch 90 elbow, you know, plumbing pipes, whatever you want to call it. And I cut them and I put them into the totes, and that all together is around $40. The whole thing, $40, and can hold the 300 pounds of food.
Nice.
So
But when I had at the country at one point, we had almost 100 laying hens,
yeah,
and I had a little 18 by 25 carport that I closed in, and I used 10 foot of it for the to store the feed and stuff, and the rats were getting in it, so we made a 4x8 bin, and then we lined it with tin on the inside so we could put it. Then we started getting, like we talked last time about the rice. You know, we'd pick up the rice at the time, and we would take that and move it on over to in there. That way we wouldn't have to haul it or worry about the rats and everything getting in it. It was a mess at first because, I mean, we're in the middle of sugarcane fields over there. When you start cutting the sugarcane fields, the mice have to leave. They ain't got nothing to do. They ain't got nothing to eat. So they move on to where everything's at. That was the bad thing about having a greenhouse over there. You know,
what we did was that, and before we did that, we was worried about the mice and stuff. Like, we don't have rats here. We have like field mice.
Yeah,
like they little field mice.
Yeah, we call them a sooty.
Oh yeah, that's what y'all call them. Oh. Yeah, they usually don't come in the home. They usually stay out, you know, outside in the rocks and you know, under the bushes and things like that.
Right.
But I haven't seen a field mice in a long time. I think maybe they don't get along with the chipmunks and the squirrels here. Because we have a abundance of chipmunks here. I don't know what y'all call them down there. They little brown chipmunks.
No, we have squirrels. They're pretty good size.
Yeah, we have chipmunk squirrels. Like on my property alone, I get visited by probably like 10 squirrels a day. We have 10 run up there. So I count them as my food supply if things go bad.
Yep, a couple of days.
At the local park, there's
them.
like a walking trail, but they'll come right up to you because there's people that will feed them, come right up to them and eat out their hands. So when you're walking, they're like right.
Oh, right up on
right by your feet.
Yeah, and they got signs all over. Don't feed the squirrels.
Oh. Yeah. But I got about 5 squirrels this year. So my dog loved it. We did it out there on wood. We fired them up on the wood. She loved the squirrels. We caught 5 squirrels this year, and like I said, the others will be around for food in case things go to the box.
Right. Right.
So I'm like, and that's what I said. People like when I made the video, it's like we're in the suburb area, but you can't really fire a gun. But I was telling people in my survival video a while back was get them a Gammon BB gun, pellet gun.
Right.
So you know you can take out like I have a Gammon BB gun, pellet gun, and I was like I can take them out, or if I don't want to shoot up, and maybe I can just use my traps, my snares and stuff.
Right.
You term how to do snares, and I got a squirrel trap, but they've been learning to dodge the squirrel trap now. They somehow they remembering that squirrel trap is not to go in.
I got a break barrel pellet rifle. It'll take a rabbit about 30 yards. How you doing, Mr. Robert with Homestead Aquarius? Mr. Bill?
Yeah, he just put a video out too. Wasn't he just doing something? I saw one of his videos. He was doing something. He was transplants on Robert. I was just watching one of his videos. He was showing a bee or something. I'm forgetting what it was, but he was showing a bee, and then he was showing some plants that he was going to send to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched that video. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. We only got 18 days, 17 days to see what really gonna go down.
Yeah. Figure out what can happen.
Yeah, so I'm preparing, like chickens be well fed, the waters be up there. I always got my lights on, my motion sensors and stuff. So I don't know. I just think neither one's worth a darn, but it's okay. That's it. So otherwise, everything else is cool. We're just getting a lot of rain here. So I'm hoping all the rain will, get the. Oh, let me tell you what happened to me the other day, right? I went out and I know I planted a lot of stuff. So I was looking at this thing that was next to my bell peppers, right? I was like, these look like, they was different, but I thought they was bell peppers. I'm like, no, they're not growing right. So one was turning orange, right? It's a pepper. Didn't know what kind of pepper it was, but I'm like, so I thought it was getting what they call enrot.
Blossom and rot.
Yeah, I thought it was getting enrot or something like that, but it was turning orange. So I picked it off. Then I crushed it. And I saw the seeds. Then I smelled it was hot. Somehow, out of all the stuff I was growing, it was a Scotch bonnet, a habanero pepper. I was like, oh wow, I didn't know I had one of those. I was like, I'm gonna plant so much in here.
You tasted it? Did you taste it?
No. I don't like Scotch bonnet.
I don't like hot.
Yeah, they're hot. Those are habaneros?
Habaneros?
Yeah, habaneros, those hot joints. But I was like, because I smelled them, I'm glad I didn't wipe my face,
Right.
When I crushed it and I saw the seeds and I was like, hey, this smells like heat, And then my neighbor, she's from the Caribbean islands, and she was like, those are Scotch bonnets. I know those. And I was like, I don't grow Scotch bonnets. But somehow Scotch bonnet winded up in my in my raised bed.
I get that every once in a while, just picking up seeds from the local nursery.
Sometimes that one gets in there.
They'll have one, or they'll have 4 or 5 6-packs that don't have a full 6-pack, and they'll start moving things over and they end up putting the wrong stuff in the
I got a bunch of it. I was like, I'm looking at this green. I'm like, it's not a bell pepper, and it's not like a jalapeno. I'm like, what is this? And she come around. I was like, you know what this is? She said, oh, that's Scotch bonnet. I don't need no fire in my yard. So. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you a little thing about that. Don't touch peppers, right? Men. Do not touch peppers with your hand and go to the bathroom.
Don't touch peppers and then touch your pecker.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh my God. Yeah. I was like, what's this burn? I was like, oh, the oils from the seeds, the pepper. I was in my hand because I didn't wash my hand off from the peppers. And I came in the bathroom.
I try not to grow any hot peppers. I'm going to have a few of them this year. Mr. Jeff at Grow Something with Jeff sent me some peppers, so I'll be giving them a try. Mr. Dan, what's up, brother?
Yeah. So how the weather's there down where y'all at?
60 degrees this morning when we woke up, and 66 for the high, but it was overcast.
And then it started sprinkling.
Yeah, started sprinkling, and it dried up, but I got my pipes to be able to put up all my fence and everything for my raised beds in the backyard this morning.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's supposed to be back
home. So that video, your chickens came back home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I don't know who was more excited, the chickens or the kids,
children.
because we didn't want to mix the chickens with the chickens, at the property that my pops has. So we have some big cages for growing out. I have one cage that's 16 foot long, 4 feet wide, and about 4 feet tall.
Okay.
So we had them in there, and then we put the ducks in my quail cages I have over there. They're like 16 feet wide. They just wasn't quite as tall. It's about 2 feet tall.
Yeah, so they was probably cramped. They was feeling like they was in prison.
The first thing they did was jump up in the grass. When they got here, they started tearing up the grass.
And then the ducks went to the swimming pool and
the
splashing around.
Yep.
Yeah. Mine do that same thing. If I let them out, they'll take off and they'll fly on top of the shed. They'll just run down like they gliders, run down the hill and then just spread their wings and coast down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
When I put the new fence up, they had a hole in the back, but Maya, my stepdaughter, wanted to bring the chickens, so she was bringing them a few at a time. Well, I started doing something else, and I didn't get the whole field. With 3 of the chickens got out. One of them's a little Bantam rooster that we have. He just showed up at the house.
We don't know.
No reason. Don't know how he got there. We came in, and he's in the chicken coop one day
with the girls.
So we caught the two hens that had gotten out, and we were trying to catch him, and it was along the run between the fence and the greenhouse. Well, when we got close, we kind of both reached down, and he jumped up and started flapping and kicking like a fighting rooster.
Oh, wow.
And kind of backed off and reaching and grabbing for him. And when we did that, he climbed. He basically walked up the fence, the 5 feet of fence. Then he jumped like 15 feet in the air, and he flew all the way to the other side of the bayou, about 65, 70 feet.
Wow.
Got in the bottom. So Maya's like, well, what are we going to do now? I said, well, we're going to leave him. He's either going to come back or something's going to eat him. Well, that wasn't the right answer for her. She got mad. So she's like, well, we got to go get it. The booty, her lip was, at her chin. She was so upset and cried. So when we get to Dip Net, we walked across. We went and there's a little business across the street. We went in their yard. And when we got by the bayou, it looked, it's going to be easy. Reach in there. When we got close, they had some briars in there. I ain't lying. The thorns were about 3/4 of an inch long.
Wow.
And I'd reach in there, and right when I get by him, he'd take off, move over. So I'd have to get back out. I'd fight to get in, all picked up, get out, get all picked up. We finally caught him after about a half hour, and four different places I had to get in the briars to get him. We finally caught him. It looked like I was just sat down with a weed eater, and from the top of my head to my toes, I was bleeding all over.
And I was at work the whole time.
Wow. Yeah, my leghorn got out. One of my white leghorns.
Mm-hmm.
She was young. She could have been no more than maybe 3 months old. They went out. Everybody came back in except for her. She wanted to be walk around. So she stayed out one night. She jumped. I don't know how she jumped up on the deck, but she got in here. And you can't get her back out this place. You can't. I don't know how she got out, but she was out and she was on the other side of the fence. And I was trying to get her. She running around. I just left out there. Then the next day, I seen her. She came up on the deck. You can't get her back out this yard. Back out this yard. That night out on her own, it was a wrap. Everybody else was in the coop. She outside. So she must have stood out. I mean, she might was in the backyard because when it get dark, it can't see.
Right.
So she must have just had stayed in place, and thank God that it's fenced in here.
Yeah.
Because she must have came in late because it got dark. I don't know when she got it. She might have took a chance and walked in the dark. But in the morning time, she was in the backyard. So you can't get her back out that door, boy. She's like, nah, I ain't going back. You can't get out. Even when they bum rush the fence, the door, she's not coming out. She's like, hey, y'all go. But they getting big. Everybody's big. Everybody's laying now. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I seen a few little golf ball eggs. So that means the little girls, they done came up to the women age now.
Right.
Laying because I'm getting, the what you want to call the golf ball size. A lot of people out there said in my video, when they first start laying, you're not getting no medium-sized egg or no large egg.
No, you get a little bitty.
You're gonna get that little itty bitty like a golf ball. I ain't gonna lie, it's like a little golf. So I said, okay, the girls then came up because I got them in I believe I got them in March. So because
it's when we got our Silkies.
Well, right.
When the pandemic stuff started.
Like right when they canceled school, we got the ducks and the chickens like that weekend.
Well,
right?
The ducks was before.
Yeah, like a week before, and then we went and got the Silkies after. So that's probably about March.
Yeah, I originally had 26 or 20. Yeah, I had 26 chickens. So I had 26. I think I had 25. And then if you look at my old videos, one of my neighbors, when you said the coronavirus thing came through here, I have a little young kid. They was out of school, and I believe one of them just came and took the one chicken. When I came out, sometimes some people believe that you won't miss a chicken. If you know how many chickens you got, you can just look in your pen of your run, and you know somebody's missing. So when I went out there, I was like, wait, somebody's missing, and I counted. Then I went back in the coop. Then I shut the door down so they wouldn't run back, or they would do the run back and forth in and out. Right. I was like, I'm missing one chicken. And I'm like, okay, the people behind me, they too old. The neighbors there, they get free eggs. And the other people, I'm like, nobody else can come in the yard. And if you watch my videos, my coop and my run is like Fort Knox.
Mm-hmm.
So I never put a lock on, never had to put a lock on it. The doors, they slide bolts. So when you come through the first floor, it's a slide bolt. Then you go inside the coop, you got another double locks. I'm like, wait a The chicken didn't disappear like that. Somebody came and got one chicken. And I was talking to the cops, about it. They're like, we never heard of somebody stealing one chicken. Somebody stole one chicken. Stole one chicken, and that's how I got to get 31 because I went back to Track Supply to replace it. You know, they don't sell one chicken; they sell them
Right.
six.
6
So I
pack.
was like, okay, give me 4 Leghorns and give me 2 Buff Oritons, and that's how I got to 31 now.
Yeah. I like the Buff Orpingtons. It's some pretty chickens, and they do lay well.
Yeah, so I got those, and I got some Bar Rocks, and I got some Black Absolute. So that's my thing. But I think I'm probably gonna have to adopt some chickens. I know that's gonna come up around probably spring of next year. I can see a lot of people because I was in one of my other videos. I explained that a lot of people ran out here and brought chickens and thought I don't know what they was thinking because they wasn't educated. To me, when I was hearing the people talk, they were scared of that, the pandemic.
Right. They didn't know if they'd be able to get food or anything, so they went out and.
And I'm saying, and they was walking out the door. No lie, they was walking out Track Supply with I'll say a 36 ounce worth of feed, and a little box they give you at Track Supply to take the chickens, and one of them cheap $300 sheds.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's more to that, but big box stores is just selling you stuff. They got to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, soon somebody's gonna be like, they're gonna get rid of their chickens. So there are gonna be a lot of chickens adopted up here in the Northeast, I would say.
My daughter already got rid of hers. My stepdad got them.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got all excited about it, and I want chickens. And she came over here a few times. I love your chickens. And then next thing you know, she's like, I'm giving my chickens to Pop.
Yeah, because that's all I was looking at. I was a little upset. I felt like I was PETA for a minute. I was working for PETA because I was like, people standing in line trying to get baby chicks. And I was like, you're not going to get no eggs. And they was getting them around, I believe, what was it? Around June.
Cool.
So then you're not getting no eggs until next year.
Right, with the temperatures and the low light and everything with it.
So if you thought the apocalypse was coming, World War III was coming, whatever the story was, you're not going to see no eggs until like next May.
You ate your chickens before they started producing.
Yeah, so I was like, people just don't know, and the bike box store was just selling it to them. Hey,
yeah.
I was mad because I built that turkey pen, which is now my dog pen. They had turkeys for $1 a piece at Track Supply. White turkeys, $1, $1.
What's up, Peanut? How's it going, brother? Sorry about that, Mister.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so they were selling turkeys for $1 a piece, and I didn't pick now one up. But I'm looking at some other stuff to do here.
If anybody else wants to join the stream with us, we can have up to 6 people. If you want to visit with myself and Mr. Homer from Micropharma, just click the link in the bottom of the screen, and we'll be able to see your beautiful faces and chat with y'all.
You drinking White Claw too?
Oh, me? No. That's Snapple Apple. Snapple Apple. This is a dry house.
It's pretty much dry over here. It's about once a month we drink 2 or 3. I drink 2. That's my limit.
Yeah. They said it's been a long week at work.
Yeah, this is a dry house.
Mr. Bill, you made some beautiful peppers this year over there. Mr. Bill's up on Long Island, Mr. Homer.
Oh yeah, he's out in Long Island.
Yeah.
He must be right across the water from me. I don't know if he's on here with you. You can ask him. He's across the waters. He can come over to Bridgeport. Come through the ferry. Ferry comes right across.
He's listening.
He's where?
He's listening. Lil White Dory. That's the Mr. Bill.
I can't see the chat because I'm on my cell phone.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah,
I can't see the chat unless I was on the computer, signed in on my computer.
Yeah, he got some Buff Orpingtons and some Polish. Polish hens. His Polish hens are beautiful. They got poofs on their head. They can't hardly see nothing with their eyes.
Oh, they got the little hat,
right.
Yeah, a little puff on top of their heads. Yeah, it almost look like silky, right?
It's a Polish. I'm not sure if it's considered a silky.
It looks like it.
No, it actually has a lot more poof, and the hair completely. The silkies have more like a fine feather. Has a more feathery looking.
And the Polish Spring has more like a furry.
The Polish is more like a feather.
Oh,
The silkies we have is more almost like a hair.
Like it's real fine.
It's a real fine feathers on the head.
Oh,
they don't cover their eyes. His cover their eyes.
What's it called?
And their eggs are what? Their eggs are green or bluish tints.
I'm not sure. That's usually an Americana that
oh yeah,
the different colors. We had some of those at the property, and they're real aggressive, especially the roosters, but the hens are aggressive.
Oh, okay. Did anybody raise guineas?
Mm-mm. We had quails.
Yeah, we had quails. We never had guineas. I had a friend in Mississippi that had some, but they kept flying away. They kept migrating away.
Oh, okay. So they can't domesticate like chickens. They gonna leave. Just like quails. Quails can't be domestic.
That's nice of you, Peanut, for doing that, man. There's a lot of issues down here in this area.
You can stop by.
Yeah, you go to Kaplan, holla at me, man. We're not that far.
Nope. I go there every day for work.
So at your work, you see some upticks going on there, like upticks on the areas at her job? By getting up, is
right now there's more people because 2 people on vacation, and one girl went get COVID test. She decided that she wanted a COVID test, so she went took it. And after she took it, she was negative.
Be out for 14 days.
She was negative, but she still has to quarantine for 14 days.
With my job, it goes up and down. I mean, I work with hospice, so sometimes we have a bunch of people, and then sometimes we don't. But we've had long days.
So when you do the 14 quarantine day, like at your job, do you let you do your PTO on time there, or what they do? They do that?
That's what she said. The girl had to take her sick time.
Oh, the PTO.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like with us, only the nurses see the COVID patients.
If there's anybody quarantined with the hospice or that
like
has
the nurses
COVID,
just go.
There's a certain nurse or a couple of nurses with their place that specifically go to those. That way they don't spread it to other people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like me personally, because I'm just the aide, I don't ever see a COVID patient.
Yeah, my wife, she's got to decontaminate her behind down here in the downstairs tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got to decontaminate. I don't care if she came close or not. She comes across them.
I mean, we have to wear masks. We have to wear like a double mask and gloves and all that. And after each person, I spray myself with Lysol and all that. Spray my mask, all that, and then.
Yeah, it was a company here. What's the name of that company? Dr. Teal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they donated a lot of stuff to the nurses here, like the hand sprays and all that stuff. I think it's Dr. Teal. It's one of these companies called Dr. Teal. And it's a blue can, burgundy, a purple can, whatever. Yeah, they donate a lot of that stuff to the nurses here.
Well, at the beginning, it was hard to find gloves and stuff for us. They had to kind of limit to what we was getting from the office, but and people started donating and all that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Mr. Bill, you're about to hold on one second, Mr. Homer. Mr. Bill, you're about to join. Make sure that your YouTube is muted. If not, it's gonna continue. Don't close the YouTube. Just mute the YouTube. That way we don't get the reverb. All right, Mr. Bill, you're on.
I have a thing in my ear, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, that's fine. Just
I can hear you.
That's great. We can hear you too. Another funny accent.
What accent?
One of the issues using StreamYard is you open the link through StreamYard and the video is usually still playing on YouTube, and then it makes a circle effect on the volume.
Yeah.
And it gets
feedback.
Yeah. So Mr. Bill, this Mr. Homer, Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill, how you doing? Where he's at? What section?
I am on Long Island. You're up in where, Connecticut?
Oh yeah, I'm right here across the water, across to the sound.
Gotcha.
You know the ferry, the Portchester, well,
Yeah.
Port Jefferson ferry.
Yeah, I take that to get off Long Island. I take it to avoid New York City all the time.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I got my GMC Sierra truck. I came back over, went over, to the shops that's on the other side. That's a beautiful shops on the other side of the Sound.
Right.
So we definitely, me and the wife and the kids, would go over there, enjoy the scenery over there on the other side of the Port Jefferson. Yeah.
I did once date a girl from Hartford, and we commuted back and forth by ferry.
Oh, okay. Oh well.
That wasn't the best relationship to be in.
But yeah. So anybody don't know, you have a ferry that goes from Long Island to Connecticut, so you can skip New York City completely.
Yeah, it's going to ferry us all off of this little island during Armageddon when it happens.
Yeah.
It would give me anxiety. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it.
I'll throw a rope off the back and just go skiing.
Yeah.
I
They
had
had a couple of great sharks that came up in the bay in the Sound the other day.
Oh yeah,
They had spotted some big whites there.
yeah. And then I heard
They
some
must have
airplanes
came-
crashed into it too.
Yeah, they had a
Private
few.
plane.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, some private planes up there too. Yeah. They put
Yeah.
the new in Bridgeport. They put that new harbor there. It's a beautiful harbor. They just had the boat
Yeah.
show there.
Yeah. I've seen them doing that. I haven't been there, but I've seen it from the ferry when I was going across. They were redoing something
Oh.
there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful boat show. It's great. It's a gray one that sits on Long Island side. It's a beautiful gray yacht. The owner of that oyster bar they just opened up, that marina,
Yeah.
he's the owner of that gray yacht. It's about
Big one.
$16 million yacht. Yeah.
Yeah, I got rid of my yachts.
Yeah.
Two happiest days, the first and the last.
Eric, you can go ahead and join anytime you want, man. I know they're being loud. Whenever you feel comfortable joining with it, join in. Everybody
Okay.
else, Mr. Bill, Mr. Homer, both have some great channels. So does Peanut. Everybody that's in here in the chat. If you don't go check out their channels, there's some great people to watch.
Oh yeah, show the love back. Now, if you're here, you swing over. I show the love back. I don't have an issue with nobody. I get along with everybody.
Yeah, but if you're good to me, I'm good to you.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
But,
Yeah.
So how many of those? What is it? A white something? I forget what it's called. How many of those things have you been putting back?
Oh,
No,
White
the
Claw?
drink,
Oh,
the white. What is it called? I can't remember.
Oh, White Claw. He can't drink that on
White
Long
Claw.
Island. Run him off of Long Island.
And what is it? Is it just like a vodka kind of a drink?
Like
No.
a hard seltzer?
It's like a hard
Hard
mic.
seltzer.
It's like a
Yeah,
hard
like a
mic.
mic.
Hard hat mic.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a
I take it doesn't taste like anything like beer or anything like that. It must be sweet.
like
Yeah.
a wine cooler kind of.
Oh yeah.
it's like a wine cooler with a little bit more alcohol content.
It's okay.
Gotcha.
Hey, Mr. Bill,
Like a Zima.
it's basically it's a James and Barley. Remember we used to drink those things when we were younger, James and Barley.
Bartles and James. Yeah.
Yeah. They might be too young to know about James and Barley.
Oh god. I used to work for the company that distributed here on Long Island, so yeah, I'm very familiar with it.
Yeah,
That
James
and
and Barley. I don't even know
Budweiser.
where that company's at. I don't know if they went out of business or they went down south somewhere. But James and Barley was the joint back in the day.
It was part of Gallo Wines, so I don't know whatever happened to Gallo Wines. They're still
Oh.
around. I think that the wine cooler craze just disappeared.
Yeah, but White
I
Claw
remember
back.
there was other stuff that came out too, and I can't remember what it was called. Something with a Z.
Zima.
Zima, that's it. That was another thing that came out. Yeah.
Yes, it tastes just like Zima.
Yeah,
Is that
Zima.
what that's like? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm too young for that.
Just- You're getting drunk and you're getting further and further off the screen.
Don't worry, you'll age quickly, I'm sure, hanging out with the old farts.
Look at all that. Look at all.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I'm letting mine grow in, you know? It's not going to come in as fast as that one.
Hey, the white. Hey, that's all knowledge under there. That's white. That's knowledge.
All that knowledge knocked the hair off the top of my head, so I had to let it grow somewhere else. I always
No,
wanted
you
to-
do, judging from the shades of black you got up there, you're doing better than me.
yeah, but not much. I mean, you got me about a couple years, so it's
Yeah, but the way you're growing, you'll be able to just grow that long and wrap it up on the top.
Oh,
Well, you did.
if I wouldn't have had to shave it for
Your girl.
well, no, for well, when the virus hit, I couldn't get to the barber, and it was raining a lot offshore, and well, it was humid and foggy and everything, and
Yeah.
it just kept getting knotted and knotted. I come home one day and I shaved it off. And,
Yeah, I remember that.
Mr. Robert.
I think I poked a little fun at you for that. And then the next day it was back.
Yeah.
It didn't take long. It did get back fast this time.
Cold hair grows fast too.
Robert, so I can't
You
say
know what I say about that? You do with your testosterone what you want, I'll do with what I want.
I was gonna ask Robert, is he gonna be on Will It Grow Shed Wars next year? He's gonna get his own team. I meant to ask Robert that. Robert, you gonna be on Shed Wars on your own team, or you gonna be with Will It Grow still?
No. Do
What
your
is
own
that?
team, Mr. Robert. I'll be your partner.
Yeah, we have Shed Wars. Shed.
Shed Wars.
Yeah.
Shed Wars.
It's,
Okay.
it's more about growing vegetables and stuff than it is about really a shed. It's pretty funny. People kind of talk trash a little bit back and forth, and it's really good.
Yeah.
And was that just, on a specific channel you're talking about, Danny?
It's called Willie Grow.
Oh,
Will It
okay.
You have Arkansas woodcutters, a bunch of homesteaders, guys who have their gardens and homesteads. And we grow crops, and they have these competitions on pound. Like when you the way you weigh in your grow.
Gotcha.
At the end of the season, they tally up all the pounds that you grew out of your garden as a team,
Right.
and you go against teams. So you have Team Will It Grow, then you have Arkansas Woodcutters team, and then Mr. Robert here, he's Homestead Aquarius. He was on Will It Grow, but he was claiming he was going to start his own team next season.
That's it. We're gonna be on Mr. Roberts' team. We're gonna call it Partners in Farms.
Well, I'll tell you, I didn't really know what I was doing with the peppers this year, and I didn't know last year. I just got lucky. But this year, I think it's funny. I still have about 15 solo cups with plants in it with fruit on it, and I don't have the courage to throw them out. I'm like, you're gonna try to live that bad? I'm gonna let you grow, and they're turning red. Yesterday they were all green. Today one of them turned red.
And
I think I'll give them a few more days.
in a solo cup.
In a solo cup. Yep.
Wow, you should post it up.
Danny, you said you bring some of yours in for the winter?
I was getting ready to say, if you watch Eric's videos, he got a couple of them on overwintering the pepper plants that are outside. I have 4 plants, or 6. It's going to be 6 actually. Pepper plants that I'm bringing in. I'm putting up a grow tent in the dining room.
See, Mr. Bill, see, Cajun, they don't understand what a solo cup is then. A solo cup is only 16 ounces, guys. Red college cups that they drink, he said he has fruit on it, ain't but 16 ounces of soil in it.
It's amazing.
It's barely got a third of the cup is filled with soil. and it's
you
growing.
Berry?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pot it up a little bit,
I-
put it under the light. It'll make the wintertime.
Well, that's just it. I'm thinking the ones that are in the solo cups are pretty sad, but they're ripening. But I have a couple in the ground that they're doing well now, but it's through the end of the year. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I should try pulling it in, but I don't know what I'd gain. Is it just that if I put it back in the ground next year, I'll be ahead of the game?
Yeah, you'll be ahead of the game because your root system's larger than it
Yeah.
would be starting from a fresh plant.
Yeah.
Eric does it yearly for different plants, and it's amazing. The growth he gets off of them, and they grow like a shrub. You cut a shrub back to
Yeah.
almost nothing, and
Yeah.
put them in the pots, and they
Well,
take off.
I think I have 3 different kinds. I think I have a cayenne, a yellow lemon drop, and shishito. Those 3 are doing pretty good.
Wow.
So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll throw them in a big, take a 5-gallon bucket and throw it in that.
I'll put mine in some gallon and a half buckets.
Yeah.
The root systems you'd be surprised. The root system really on the ones I did and the ones that look like what Todd did, the root system pretty much stays on the top. You'll get a couple larger roots that go, maybe 2 or 3 inches below it,
Right.
lower than the main root system, but they pulled right out real easy on mine.
Yeah.
I'll wash them down and I'll put them in the pots, and I'll be bringing them in the house the next couple of days.
You washed off the roots? Is that what you're saying?
I washed the roots off just to make sure I didn't have any bugs in the roots because the soil
Okay.
I got,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's treated. So I washed the roots off, and then before I planted the plants, I washed them off real good if they had any aphids and stuff. Then I sprayed them down with neem oil, and I'll be washing them again tomorrow before I bring them in the house. Try to keep as much of the pest off of them.
I don't want to jinx myself, but so far I've really never had problems with any kind of bugs. I don't know why, other than the chickens run around the yard, but
The chickens make
during the winter and
the
the spring.
chickens make a huge difference on what you get.
Okay.
Last year we had a hole in the chicken pen in the back, and the chickens were getting out. And when about 2 weeks after we put them up, the bugs really hit us hard. You know,
Okay.
as long as we had the chickens out, we didn't have hardly any issues with the
Right.
bugs on the plants.
Right. I think sometimes, like, I keep expecting that I should find some of those green hornworms on my tomato plants, but I still have never found one.
Oh, Jill,
And
that's bad.
Yeah.
and I don't know why.
Probably all that salt water coming across Long Island. I don't know.
Well, that's true. That last Isis or whatever it was, that hurricane really dumped a ton of salt water on us. All our leaves went brown like a month ago. So we have no fall this year. It just nothing. There's no colors.
Oh wow.
It's gonna be the worst year, at least right down here. I'm right on the south shore of Long Island. So
Yeah.
where I am,
I
I
heard
don't think we're gonna see any fall colors.
where it knocked over a whole 100 feet of my fence. I had to do it all over again. Yeah,
We had no problems. I was video, and I was shooting some video, and I put it up on YouTube where I was outside and there was tree limbs falling and breaking all over the place, but it didn't seem that bad.
yeah.
But of course, my neighbor would probably think differently.
Yeah.
He's got a probably 100-plus-year-old oak tree out front,
Yeah.
and I was in the video saying, "Yeah, it's an old oak tree. It doesn't bend, and nothing helps. Nothing happens to it." And next thing you know, crack! There goes the big limb.
Oh, man.
Like, well, that's gonna make a dent.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hurricane that we had 6 weeks ago was, it was a bigger hurricane at the same place, and we ended up it wasn't really bad as far as the damage of the wind and everything. The one that just passed was a lower rated hurricane, but more compact, and we got a lot more winds off of it. We got 13 inches of rain in 26 hours or 24 hours, something like that. It was a ridiculous amount of rain. Trees are toppled over. Just down the road, they got a 150 foot water oak tree that toppled over. I mean, they got 35 feet of roots sticking out the ground. When it dumped over, it pulled the roots and everything out the ground. We don't usually see stuff like that over here.
No, and like one of my patients' house, like here's their house, and the tree fell like right with the house. Like it just smashed them.
Yeah, I was happy that my neighbor's house didn't get hit. He had a tree in the back that also had a limb come down, but it missed his house. But he's got the two trees he's got are enormous, and he treats them well. He has people come in and trim them so they don't give him problems. But
Well, I'm only one wishing the tree fall on my house without us in it. Because I'm gonna build this joint bigger and better.
We actually had a house. We were coming back from the gas station the other day, and we come to the stop sign, and I told Sheen, I said, that house looks funny, and not thinking. And
The porch was messed up.
yeah, the
at
porch
first.
was messed up a little bit at first, and it's like the house looks funny. And after we got on the south side of the house, I knew why. It was on some 5-foot cement piers, and the wind actually pushed the house over off to the side on the ground.
Yeah.
Wow.
And one of the girls that works at the local gas station, she had just moved out of the house maybe like a month or so ago. And I said, can you imagine just being in that house?
Oh, she was living in that house?
So the house was just sitting on cinder blocks?
The cement piers, it starts off about 12 inches at the bottom. It goes up 5 foot, and it's about 6 inches, like a pyramid. It was sitting on there. It's supposed to be strapped down if it's like that with hurricane ties and trailer anchors.
Wow.
And
I was thinking like why it wasn't anchored down.
Well, it's an old house. There's a lot of old houses in town that people remodel and fix up. I mean, there's barely enough room to park a car in the yard with it. So
you had the guy that was on the other side of the bayou, I think, said you saw the tin roof came off of him, but you didn't have any problems?
I had zero problems. Nothing over here.
Good.
The worst thing I had was a neighbor to the east of me. he just put a new roof on his house like 3 days before they announced the hurricane was coming this way. And he had a couple shingles flew off. One passed across my windshield and scraped my windshield up. That's
wow.
the damage I had. The neighbor in the backyard. Go ahead.
Was it like a ceramic tile?
No, it was just
shingles?
some shingles, the
Oh,
asphalt
wow.
shingles, but it was brand new, so they wasn't wore out. They had the big salt or whatever the big, and it passed right.
Well, that last storm we had, I have to remember now that there are about 15 shingles on the floor by my chicken coop that are from the roof of my garage, and I have to get up there and do something about it. But it's on the back side of the garage, so I don't see it. So, not a priority.
Yeah.
Back, their whole top of their shed is gone.
Yep.
Some siding on their house
house.
is gone.
And he didn't have any insurance on it because he's not living in the house.
Oh,
Well, I'll tell you, what's crazy is here on Long Island, we have 7.5 million crazy people, but we don't get mudslides, we don't get earthquakes, we don't get forest fires, we don't get hurricanes beyond a level 1. And when we have a level 1, we all cry like we're stuck pigs. So, the snow doesn't last long here either.
Yep.
When it rains, even if it rains 6 inches, 10 inches, doesn't matter. We're a big sandbar. It's gone in a half an hour.
Right.
We pay taxes though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to deal with the hurricanes over here. It's it's part of the living, and and every time I do a video during a hurricane or we get a storm and I get water in the garage, people's like, "Man, how do you live like that?" It's just that's how we live. It's grew up with flooding and everything, and
I was gonna say, when you were a kid, it probably wasn't what it is now either, as far as how much time in advance you got knowing what's coming and how hard you're gonna get hit.
We knew it was coming, about the same time. But we didn't know, the estimates and everything was a lot different than it is now. But the house being where it's at, people, you get a flood and you get 20 inches of rain in so many hours and you get water in your garage. How can you do that? I was like, well, I wanted to live on the bayou. That's how I could afford it. We've been here for 10 years. We've been
It's the same thing here.
Water in the garage twice.
Oh yeah, Long Island's just like a bayou.
We get all the rich folks out on the beach that cry when their houses get sucked into the ocean.
Yeah.
And then they want to have, they don't understand why they can't afford the insurance to pay for it.
Yeah, Todd, you got a lot of heat over there. You said a couple of times 115, 118 in your video.
Arizona. That's Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even get hot weather. We don't get cold weather. It doesn't get crazy. It's pretty mellow.
It gets hot. It's the humidity over here that's bad.
Oh, yeah.
The humidity is bad. And then
Well, we get the humidity in the summer. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But where I live, I don't know that I've ever seen 100 degrees. New York City probably saw it a couple of times, but out here, hardly ever.
Yeah.
New York City sees all the asphalt and all the cement.
Yeah.
Retains and radiates.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm so close to the water that if it comes close to 100, it would be there for a short period of time, and then as soon as the sun goes down, the temperature drops.
Right.
Yeah.
We catch 100 over here quite often.
Oh, yeah.
But the humidity is just awful when it's 100 degrees. It's like you're breathing water. The humidity is so high.
And is that pretty much year round, or do you get a season where it's not so bad?
I mean, even during the wintertime, the humidity is high compared to further up north because it doesn't snow over here. Very rarely snows, so it's always humid. When I was working up north, I'd much rather 15, 20 degrees up there compared to 30 over here. It starts getting 35, 30 degrees. It just hurts. The temperature, I mean, it does. It really hurts your skin. It's different. In Ohio, where I was working, 30 degrees, I had a T-shirt on and jeans, working out.
Right.
It's just totally different.
Yeah.
But, we got to deal with it at the most for 3 weeks a year.
Yeah.
Well, this is my season.
Around the school, they.
If it's going to get below freezing, they actually shut the school down,
Yeah.
Really?
Or let them wear
Now, I worked as a teacher in northern New York, and the district I was in was really well known for, even if they thought it was going to snow, before the snow even fell, they'd close the district.
Well,
And it was because we had the largest, or the most number of miles driven by school buses in the state to pick up the kids to go to school.
Wait, Where was you at? In the Catskills?
No, north of that. It was near, really near the Berkshires,
Oh wow.
on the border of New York and Mass.
Oh wow. That's
Mr.
up
Dan,
yeah.
where were you at in New York?
What's that?
Mr. Dan, Permaculture Dan?
Ah.
He said he had some experience with some serious heat waves in New York.
That was New York City. New York City was at one time notorious for heat waves.
Yeah, and blackouts and brownouts and all kinds of craziness. Whenever it got hot, it would get crazy.
Yeah, New York City. I'm from the Bronx.
My wife is too.
Oh yeah, I'm from the Bronx. I'm from Co-op City area.
She's from, I don't know where she was in the Bronx, actually.
Well,
Just the Bronx.
Yeah. I was close to more to Pelham Parkway with Jacoby High
Right, I know it. Yep.
School. Yeah.
Good barnyard
I
chicken. How you doing tonight?
I called you guys Yankees,
She's
Those are
from
not damn Yankees.
Ohio.
Oh, you're a
You're
Buckeye.
from Ohio?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
God. How long you been down south?
7 years.
years.
7 years, something like that.
And how many years you have to be there before they officially call you a Cajun?
You can cook gumbo.
That's gonna be next.
When you cook gumbo. Hey, that's my dog's name.
Gumbo. That's a beautiful dog, also.
Everybody says that. I look at him and he's just stupid, but
Got two back there. You want 'em?
what kind of dog you have? What kind of dog you have?
well, if it's what we're told, it's a Louisiana Catahoula leopard dog.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's a hound dog, is what it is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
big.
It's a pretty dog. It's beautiful.
Our
He
baby's
started doing the hound dog barking yesterday. I took him for a walk,
Yeah.
and it came out. That was the first time I heard that real low pitch,
You
running after a coon. Yep,
Mhm.
running after it's a squirrel, but it came
Yeah.
out. I was like, oh man, he's pretty quiet though.
Hunting dogs. They love hunting
Yeah.
raccoons. That people raise them. Some of them are hundreds and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
big.
he had his first shot at raccoons 2 nights ago, and he ran the opposite direction.
Raccoons are mean. Boy, they'll tear a dog up.
Well-
every day, Bill, there's like
No,
alarm goes
Yeah,
off.
back 100 years ago, they used to in the sugarcane fields and everything. When everybody was working at noon, they set the fire station alarm, the big siren. They'll set it off
Yeah.
for 30 seconds every day to let people know it's noon. So it's just something it's always. It might even be more than 100 years they've been doing it. But every day at noon it goes off, and he'll just root.
Root. Oh, he howls.
Ooh.
The whole time.
Yeah.
time it goes off.
We have the same thing here. The fire department runs the whistle at noon for New Whistle. What I found, and this is really funny, we have a screen door that you can lower the glass down, and the screen slides down with it.
Mhm.
And there's 2 little like spring things. You got to just push them in, and then you pull it down. Pretty common in this. Well, whatever it is, I don't hear anything. If I play with that, he loses his friggin' mind.
Oh, the
He
squeaking.
goes berserk. Like it's got to be like a dog whistle or something to him.
Hey, if anybody else would like to join the screen and come up on and chat with us, we can have up to 6 people. The link, I'll go ahead and post it again. It is through StreamYard, which I have no affiliation with. Nothing, it's a free
Is that
app.
part
You-
of? Is that part of YouTube, or is it
No, it's
totally separate?
it's separate. You can have 20 hours a month of free usage of it. You'll see the little
Okay.
StreamYard powered by StreamYard up at the top of the screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's free, but you're able to get different people on with you to be able to talk and visit with it. So if anybody else wants to join, you're more than welcome. You just click on the link below. Just make sure you shut your mute your YouTube, because it makes a loop on the talk.
Yeah. Well, I guess it takes you out of YouTube because I don't see any of the comments that people are making. I'd have to.
It should be
I
in
don't
the
know what
right side. If you go and look to the right side of the screen, it says comments at the top. And you just click
Oh,
on the
maybe
board on top of banners.
No.
he might be on his phone because I'm on my phone. I can't see none of the comments. I can't.
Yeah, I don't see the comments either.
Are you on your phone, Mr. Bill?
No, I'm on an iPad.
Oh, he can't see it still.
You might
iPad.
not be able to see it. Yeah, there's a private chat and there's comment banners. There's all kind of things on the right side. And he
Yeah.
disappeared.
Yeah.
He don't want to talk to you anyway.
See, if you on an iPad or iPhone like me, I'm on an iPhone 11.
Right.
If I'm on my iPad, we can't see your chats. Unless like I said, we have the desktop Mac Apple. So we have several products. If I went to the computer, but what happened, I found out if I go to your live stream
Right.
on the laptop, I'll give y'all buzz. I'll be like, it goes crazy for some reason.
Okay.
I haven't mastered how to use it to go into the live streams with you guys. When I did that with, I believe another live, I was just causing too much noise. Even though I was trying to figure out how to cut it off, it didn't work for me. So I scale.
Well, I didn't exactly succeed in trying to get my comments, so I lost out and came back, I guess.
As I was saying, something I don't know.
I said you didn't want to talk to him anyway.
Yeah. So my next dog I was looking for, I can't find one. I was looking for an Australian Hound sheepdog.
Yep.
Cause I was looking for a German Shepherd, but people saying German Shepherd eat chickens and stuff like that. So I already have a yellow lab. I have a pure yellow lab, and she's fine with the chickens. The chickens can be out. I ain't got to worry about eating them and chasing them. But my concern is if I go get a small puppy, either like a German Shepherd or some type of other dog, I got to feel I'm going to lose a couple of chickens.
Well, I'll tell you,
Regional cam.
Well,
I bought a collar off of Amazon for about $40. It's got a wireless remote which you can make a beeping noise. It'll vibrate, or you can shock the dog.
yeah.
I've only had to use the shock about 4 times, and it's
Really?
only when he's gone over by the chickens. And now when he goes over by the chickens and he doesn't realize he's that close, he all of a sudden realizes it and he runs away from the chickens. So in 4 times, I mean, maybe it was 5 if I'm exaggerating, but it worked. It worked. He really respected it.
The chicken. If you get a puppy as young as you can, and you put it in
Yeah.
the chicken coop, for hours a
Right.
day, you have to watch it at the beginning. But the puppy's going to be timid, and
Yeah.
if you raise it with the chickens, the chickens are gonna peck on him and put him in his place early, and he's gonna remember that. It's not often, once you train them like that with the chickens, it's not often that they revert back to killing a chicken.
Yeah.
And
I don't think he at this point would even go close enough to them. I think if he had an opportunity, he'd want to play with one because he doesn't have quite the killer instinct in him yet. But even playing with it, he'd definitely mess up a chicken.
that's usually what happens. They end up, hurting the chicken, and they get the taste
Yeah.
of the blood for it, and then they move on from there.
His thing is we have a crazy number of crickets here this year. I mean, it's like off the charts. It's almost kind of creepy. And he's out there eating up crickets like they're popcorn. It's crazy.
How you doing, Mr. Brad, with Hidden Harvest Grow Lights? That's Mr. Hidden Harvest Grow Lights is the best LED inside grow lights you can get.
Yeah.
Low wattage, great spectrum.
Yeah, I have some
Yeah,
windows.
I've often wondered how much of a difference it would make. I just bought cheap lights off of Amazon, roughly $20 a set.
Yeah.
They claim to be 6,500K. They work. I mean,
They'll work getting your stuff started, but if you want to grow, like physically
Okay.
grow, and the bigger the plant gets, and Mr. Brad can
more of
probably
the spectrum it needs.
explain
Yeah.
it better. Yeah, especially if you want to produce fruit, the different spectrums work great.
Well, I'll tell you what, it got a little crazy here last spring. I had tomato plants in my basement with fruit on them.
Wow.
When I think back on it, I was like, I was really crazy at the point where I had so many friggin' plants in the basement. I had no place I could move them outside because it was too cold still. And then COVID-19 starts up.
You started your tomatoes when you should have started your peppers.
Yes, that's the lesson I learned this year, and I'll do better next year.
Learning experience.
Yeah, my objective is, yes, to start peppers earlier. I'll probably only do 1 or 2 hot peppers because I just can't sell them. I'll go with the bell peppers and stuff like that, or milder peppers.
Right.
But I also want to try to time it better so that I can get just enough tomatoes coming out at a time, so that I'm only transplanting some at a time. Last
Right.
year, I literally had to hire a friend of mine to come and help me because it was just too many. I couldn't keep up. When they finally did, so I started, then I stopped, and then I started again. The ones I started originally were getting crazy big in the house. They got too big. I couldn't even transplant them because they wouldn't fit in a solo cup.
Right.
So the second batch that I started, I did too many of them, and they were all done. They were all ready to go at the same time. So I had probably 2,000 of them that I had to transplant.
Right.
So
I
it was
mean,
fun.
basically starting a tray or two at a time, 36 or 72 at a time.
Yeah.
That would probably be ideal for you. You know, every week, or
Well,
you set it like that. That
last-
way, it's not as big an ordeal.
Last year, I just had one shelving unit to put lights on and trays on. So I basically did, like you said, 4 at a time because I'd put them on the bottom with heat pads and, no light. And then once they were growing, I'd take them out, put them up under the light, and move them up on the shelf as they got a little bigger. Then I went and lost my mind and I got 4 grown racks. Because I figured, hey, 1,000 was good. Let's do 4,000. That's 4 times, get 3 more. So I did.
That's you.
I normally start. I buy the cooking pans with the domes that you can get, and
Yeah.
I fill them up with dirt, and I drill a bunch of holes in the bottom, and I sprinkle the seeds on the top of it, and I'll let them grow till they get just about their first set of true leaves, and then from there I transplant them out to the cups or whatever I want to put them in. That way it doesn't take up as much room to start 500 seeds. They're real resilient. Whenever they're small, when they got their first set of leaves, you take a little spoon or something, dig a piece out, break them up, stick them in the hole, and then you could bury them back deep, all the way up to the set of leaves. Then you got that whole section of it to grow roots on it.
That's my job, is in the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I have trouble with here is getting decent starting soil, potting soil, or starter soil, whatever you want to call it.
Leonard.
So I was thinking of actually driving up to Vermont and getting a 2-ton bag on a trailer and bringing it back with me.
A.M. Leonard
Vermont compost.
A.M. Leonard sells the soil in 3 or 4 cubic foot bags.
Yeah.
And it's relatively reasonably priced. If you
Yards,
sign up for their emails, the shipping is actually free at certain points of the year.
That's good to know.
You on Long Island? Wouldn't they have a couple of good old house stables out there? Horses. Long Island have a lot of horses. You can get a lot of manure there.
I got the chickens for that, but it for me is just for what I did. What I bought last year was something called Sweet Peat, which is it's organic. That was the key thing, was organic, and I used it. It's sort of like a really fine shredded mulch.
Okay.
But I figured, let's try just growing in it, literally starting in it. And it worked out okay. But when I went to transplant, it was hard to get the little, dirt, whatever, the root balls to come out without breaking up because it was a little too woody as opposed to soil,
Oh, yeah.
So while it was cheap and it worked, I got to find something better.
That's a great video to make your own potting soil. Some really 90% of potting soil for starting is peat moss. Peat moss, perlite. With a couple other ingredients mixed in. How you doing, Mr. Rob Ession's Family Garden? Hope you're doing good.
How are you?
So, do anybody use more like besides because I have the chicken, so I use the chicken bedding and stuff like that, mix it in with topsoil, whatever soil I got. Like you said, perlite. I just did that perlite. I put peat moss and I blend it all in together and let it sit. And it sat for about a year. And I used that in the bed this year.
Yeah. What you put the perlite right into the compost?
Perlite is like, it looks almost something like when you the little foam things come in.
I know what it is, but do you put that into your compost as you're making the compost, you're saying?
I put that after you mix it,
afterwards. Okay.
Yeah, fluff up the soil to give it that so it won't compact. It won't compact.
And I did that too. I picked the perlite's really cheap, so I picked up a bag of that and I just splashed a bunch of that into everything that I mixed up. I put in some the Garden Tone, which was a I bought like a 50-pound bag of you know, of an organic fertilizer, which it was better than nothing, but it was pretty much a waste because it just doesn't have enough kick in it, you know. But I did want to have everything be organic so that the people who wanted organic would pay the extra dollar.
So you like, so that's the same thing we do. We sell our vegetables and our eggs to the doctors at the hospital and stuff.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I sell my eggs when I have any extra, but like right now I got too many that are molting and got a couple old ones. So we're only getting, actually yesterday we got nothing out of 9 of them. Only 9.
Man, so we have my daughters, like I said, they 6-year-old. We have the Land Rover, Fairfield Land Rover, the dealership. We have a contract with him, account with him for his employees and the doctors and the nurses at their mom job at Stanford Hospital.
Cool.
That's nice.
So we have a closed circuit customer service. So the doctors and the nurses and the people that works at
I figured I probably sold enough eggs this year to pay for their food for the year.
Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna make money selling eggs.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Yeah. Up here you do.
Up there. No,
Yeah, you
up
do.
Here,
I was just saying, I get $6 a dozen up here for organic eggs.
Wow. We're lucky if we could get rid of them for $2 a dozen most of the time.
Yeah, because everybody down there got chickens, but up here in the Northeast, a lot of people don't have it. $7 you can get in Connecticut here. You can get $7 a dozen.
Jeez.
It's not that everybody has chickens over here. It's just you can go to the store and buy them for $1 a dozen.
Right.
You know,
You can $1. Yeah, same here. $1.25 a dozen in the supermarket.
But those are commercial eggs. A lot of people are commercial eggs.
They are, but the people don't want to spend extra for the, they'd rather get the 2 dozen eggs instead of 1 dozen.
Right.
We give a lot to our neighbors and stuff.
Yeah.
I take some to my patients.
Well, if you want, I'll send you a couple of the millions of people that we have that are just outright crazy and spend money on ridiculous things down by you, and then you
Okay.
you can sell chicken
My
eggs
patients
for
enjoying it though.
$5.
But see, the difference is, right? Like you see how you eat your eggs? The people in the city up here don't have that opportunity to eat fresh eggs.
Right.
The eggs that's in our supermarkets up here, they're about 90 days old.
Ugh.
Yeah.
They'll come from a factory, then they go to a distributor, then from the distributor to the supermarket, and they can be sitting there for at least 3 weeks. Those eggs are about 60 days old by the time they hit the market.
They're ready to hatch twice.
The economy here on Long Island is pretty wacky. Like if I go to the supermarket, if I look for organic vegetables, they're probably going to be either local or from someplace in the States. But if you're just going for the cheap tomato, the cheap peppers, and whatever else is in the produce department, peppers and tomatoes are all coming from Mexico and Canada.
Yep.
And I kind of just think to myself, how the hell can you make a friggin' tomato in Canada cheaper than you can here in New York? It makes no sense.
Yeah,
but I can't get tomatoes in the supermarket that aren't from Canada.
Because they're chemicals, and they look nice and bright and red and perfect and waxed up.
Well, no, not really. They look kind of like pink gray with no flavor, and they're usually very, very hard until they go bad.
The sugars have able to formed in them. We had a lady that would worked with Sheena at the nursing home she used to work at, and every time Sheena would bring something, the lady would ask, "Well, what y'all charging for this?" Well, I can get that at Walmart. Go get it at Walmart.
Yeah.
And everybody's sitting over there eating tomatoes and stuff from the garden, and she's eating the stuff from Walmart, and everybody's, "Oh, this is good." Well, I'll pay the same thing I pay at Walmart. She's like, "Well, no, go to Walmart. We charge you 50 cents more than you do at Walmart."
There you go.
So if you don't like it, go to Walmart.
I think the best saying is the educated consumer is the best.
Yeah.
Well, that was for me the fun thing was, in selling the tomato plants, even the vegetables this summer, I gave away so much. It was kind of crazy just because
we do
it was
a lot
a weird year, very weird year.
Even when we sell it stuff like people come over here, I feel guilty. It's here, take this. Oh, you like that? Oh, I didn't come here for that. It doesn't matter. Here, take that.
Yeah,
exactly.
We always get extra.
Especially if you're nice enough to come back a second time.
I say that that's what I'd say is that I would tell people, look, you're giving me either too much money or you're not taking enough vegetables. And no matter how hard I'd try, I'd wind up with more money, not less. So,
Phil's
it was
here.
fun.
Like
and
our
you said,
situation,
we don't see the comments, but you said Sapper Gardener's out there too?
Yeah, Mr. Rob's here with Sapper Gardner. Mr. Robert.
Hello, Rob. How are you, if you can hear me?
Phil Brown. Dan, Permaculture Food Forest.
Eric.
Eric's still in. He's back and forth between the football game and here.
Yeah.
Mr. Brad was here. I'm not sure if he's still here or not. With Hidden Harvest Grill Lights.
I'm gonna see if I can turn my other computer on and see if I can see the comments because you can't see them from here.
Yeah.
There's about a 10-second delay between us and YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I thought that was just Louisiana.
Oh, hold on. Delete.
yeah. Yeah, 'cause that's what we have. Like what you just said, Mr. Bill, is that they know it's our daughter's small business. They 6 years old. They've been doing this since they was 4 years old, and this is Egghead Eggs Company. You know, we have Egghead Eggs Company, and so the doctors know it's our daughter's, company. You know, they save their money, they have bank accounts, they have their own cards, so they tend to like say they'll give more. You know, they're like, all right. They'll give you the 10 tell you they don't want to change. They'll give you $10 for a dozen of eggs. But they just don't, they just, know it's for the kid. The kids are entrepreneurs, So I'll give it away.
Because they keep calling it Mr. in the comments.
So I would do I'll give eggplants away, like certain customers. I'll do like right now, like when our eggs start, like they don't lay, certain customers I know who've been out there, we'll give them the stuff that we have, the extra stuff.
Right.
I'll give it away because we only a family for the stuff I grow. We're not going to eat it all.
No, and I'm getting ready to plant. I should have about 400 tomato plants in the ground and about 200 feet of cucumbers next year. So anybody that wants to win Shed Wars, Partners and Farms, that's the team you want to be on.
But can I ask a question? Because I'm new to like Shed Wars in this garden thing, like on a big scale. Like, why do gardeners? Everybody plants tomatoes. Isn't that much tomatoes, y'all?
I could sit down and eat tomatoes. Me and Pop.
Crackers and tomatoes.
Saltine crackers. You cut the tomato about between 1/4 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch. Then you cut it just big enough to fit on the cracker with an ice cold coat. You've never eaten anything so simple that tastes so good.
Yeah,
my boy loves that too.
Oh yeah.
Daughter's gonna be a doctor, and I'm telling her to go to the gastrical people. I'm gonna tell her to go into that because y'all stomach's gonna be eaten up with the acid of them tomatoes, man.
Well, different tomatoes have different acid. Different tomatoes have different acid.
That's right. I had a lot of success this year with one from, I don't know if it was Baker's Creek or not, but it's called Jubilee Orange.
I've heard of it.
It was not very acidic at all, but it was very meaty, maybe a little on the dry side, not too juicy, but it was really good. I really liked it.
On some compadre.
So it was a sandwich tomato that would good on a sandwich.
Yeah.
Because I hate those sandwiches when they get a tomato. The tomato's watery and it mess up your sandwich.
Yeah.
I hate those.
That's
Colt likes it with some salt.
Oh yeah.
I grew 32 different varieties this summer, and I would say the Jubilee Orange was probably the favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Rob, you can be on it, brother. You can be on my team. Me and Mr. Robert from Homestead Aquarius. Our team's gonna be Partners and Farms. We're gonna be the winners, brother. Y'all
both dealing with water. You dealing with tadpoles and you dealing with hydroponics. So y'all right up the same alley.
I'm gonna have both of it, hydroponics and the raised beds. I got 250 feet of raised beds I just put in at 3 feet wide.
Oh,
and
wow.
He's north of I-10.
How many feet, Danny? 250?
That's a half acre.
3 foot wide raised beds.
And that's not in the greenhouse.
No. That's in the backyard.
Oh, geez. Okay, you'll have a few tomatoes next year.
That's my job.
400 tomato plants and 200 feet of cucumbers.
I would have liked to have had more cucumbers this year. Everybody was looking for cucumbers, and I just didn't even try.
You'd be surprised how well they do. They really.
Oh yeah, I've had them in the past where I would have crates of them that I'd be bringing to work to give away. So yeah, when they do well, they do really well.
Selling out your front yard, that's a good place to have it.
I would take a 5-gallon bucket every day when I worked at the nursing home. About in like 10 minutes, people would buy them.
Yeah. Now the cucumbers we set the prices lower on the cucumbers.
2 for $1.
2 for $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
I had them 75 cents each, two for $3. No, 3 for 2. That was it. 3 for 2.
3 for 2. We did that at the beginning of the season one year. We got an early picking off of them. We had a 100-foot row at the property, and we turned around and we were picking a lot early. We settled 3 for $2, and we couldn't keep up with it. And then as soon as the stores went to $1 a piece, we went to 50 cents a piece with them.
And that's what we
right.
just, it's just easy that way. And people know that's our price, you know.
People would call us, I want $20 worth of cucumbers. Like literally.
Right.
Like I get off work and people would come, $20, you know.
As soon as I put the cucumbers out, man, every day they'd be gone. You know, and every day I'd have to go get some more. But the tomatoes, you know, I had enough of them that I didn't have to do that.
Right.
But what I found interesting was I had grown something called a lemon cucumber. It's like a round yellow cucumber. They were very interesting looking, and they taste just like a cucumber. You close your eyes, you wouldn't know. Unless you're a cucumber aficionado, maybe then you could tell, but it was just a cucumber.
He grew some like that, the lemon. Somebody told me they grew them like that, and they did have a tart taste to them, the ones he grew.
The ones we had, I just said taste like a cucumber. You know, a little prickly on the outside. They get a funky color when they're ripening, but they're basically yellow. They get a little brownish to them too. But people like them. They just thought it was, you know, I basically was trying to give them away if somebody ordered, you know, wanted a cucumber. Here, try one of these.
Yeah.
So Miss Bill, you have a store or you put out in front of your house in Long Island?
I have it right in front of the house. Just in front of the house. That's what kind of like. I thought maybe the town would give me a hard time about it, but I think the town was basically on vacation all this spring.
Well, that's what we had talked about because it's kind of like a busy road where we live.
Yeah, I live less than a football field away from the main store in town.
Oh wow!
Right.
Oh,
9 inches.
We got a troll.
It says 9 inches for you, little.
Phil, where you at? Take care of the trolls, brother.
Danny is here. Oh God.
Yeah, I love the trolls. It's so funny. We got one in the comments right now. Lord.
What does that mean? I don't know. What do you mean?
No, they got people that just come
like
in here.
Scam thing.
Crazy people that
Oh, okay. I see it.
Looking for attention because they didn't get it from their parents.
Yeah. The name's 9 inches for your little booty. He said, "Hey, baby girl, yummy. Give daddy some milk." It's like, oh Lord.
Yeah.
Phil says he's gonna ugly them away. We didn't have no problem with trolls until Phil got here, just like last time.
Call him. It's north of I-10.
North of I-10, that's a Yankee.
Yeah, they usually don't bother. They don't bother. Like we have people here. I mean, we have in this area, people leave their fruit out in what they call the honest box. You ever see those?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The honest box where they just leave the fruits and vegetables out, eggs and everything like that. And people just, put whatever they want to put in as a donation. It's called the honest box.
Yeah.
So
okay. I'm still trying to learn how this is working.
Yeah, me too. I just had, Rob just had something come up on here about him being a moderator.
I'm trying to do a moderator, and it's not.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't want Rob coming after me.
We just gonna block the user. Okay, he's gone. I'm trying to give you the wrench, Mr. Rob.
You might not be able to do it on here.
No. Oh, that's what it is. It's not letting it work. I'd have to go on YouTube and do it.
Yeah.
Past my bedtime.
Oh yeah, this is late for us.
We're old.
Isn't it only 8 o'clock there by you?
8:15, yeah. But we usually have the baby in bed, and I decided to play Pawpaw this morning and wake up at 3:30. It had been a while. I've been enjoying it. I was able to sleep till till almost 5-6 o'clock in the morning. I've been enjoying the last couple of weeks, and it gets cool. And now I'm up at 3:30 in the morning again.
Oh boy.
Not me.
You said it's 8. You said it's 8:15 at you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are 9:14.
Yeah, y'all are
my phone.
Yeah, you guys are an hour ahead.
You're an hour ahead from Connecticut?
We're an hour behind y'all.
Hour
Y'all an hour ahead of us. The East Coast is an hour ahead of us.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Same as Ohio.
But yeah,
Confusing which screen to look at. I'm looking at the one that's got the text on it. Now I'm realizing there was no text really coming through. But then Rob's stuff showed up on this StreamYard.
Yeah, that was my. You can actually take it and share it to the screen when
I
somebody.
see. So you
And-
did that, okay?
I did that, yeah, by mistake. I'm still learning this. That's why we're messing with it and just trying to see how it works with everybody. The StreamYard works through a web page, and so it's a little bit different. And
Say hi to daughter number 3.
that's number 3.
Got nice hands. Where is Colt? Is Colt sleeping now already?
He went to his granny and pops.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, he's excited.
Have a good evening, Mr. Robert.
all right.
Thank you for stopping by, brother. Yeah, we didn't tell him Pop was coming to pick him up, and when Pop got here, he was all excited. He's like, "Pop, I go with you." And Pop's like, "No, I'm just here to eat supper. You're not coming tonight." He's like,
Please,
"Please,
can I go? Please, 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 can I go?
How old is Colt?
4.
4.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's a force to contend with.
Oh gosh.
4
that
years
boy.
old in the body of a 7-year-old.
The other night we had Danny had cooked some like stir fry and stuff, and we had some chopsticks from the takeout place, and he knows when we go eat sushi we eat that, we use that. He's like, "Mama, why did you take that from the place?" He said, "I stole the chopsticks from the restaurant." Then he was like, we had some edamame. He's like, "Oh, Mama, you're bad. You took that from the place." He thought I stole the edamame from the restaurant.
We'd never had it at the house before.
I remember being in the supermarket with a friend of mine, and his daughter was probably about 4 or 5 years old. And then my friend is not a drinker or anything, but we were going down to get beer for whatever reason. And his daughter from the shopping cart starts screaming out, "No more beer! No more beer! You can't have any more beer!" From out of the blue, she just starts screaming like a lunatic. You want to talk about two guys feeling like they got to get out of a store real fast.
That's funny.
Up with is just
Oh yeah,
so funny.
It's
Like
a
we
trip.
just laughed the whole time.
it's a trip. You got a good imagination on
Oh,
it for
yeah.
sure. You don't get to play the computers and the video games and all that. Steer them away from it as much as we can.
Yeah.
He'll spend hours
You're
sitting
not playing in the dirt or in the bayou or your backyard, whichever.
He likes to fish. The water was low today. Couldn't fish today. But
He likes it when it floods. He can swim.
he swim in
Yeah.
the backyard. He thinks that's cool.
I used to watch chickens for an hour or two.
Yeah, both of the kids, Maya and Colt, they got a chair in the chicken coop to sit down and watch the chickens.
Yeah, they got chicken harnesses. They
Yeah.
walk the chickens, and
There's a girl in New York. She walks a duck. She got a Peking duck.
yeah, that's what
I think that's what Charlie
that's
is.
what Charlie is, the white one.
Yeah, she has. We had 6 of them, and they taste delicious.
They do.
They taste delicious.
They have names.
You have ducks too, Danny?
Yeah, we
they
have-
all have names.
We had names too. Ours had Donald. We told our kids that they went to go see Mickey.
Yeah, we got those the 2 ducks, a Peking, and I think the other one's a mallard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Charlie and Ollie. We
Just
didn't know
two?
what was a girl.
Yeah, just two's enough.
Hold on, let me tell you what happened with ours. Right, we went to Track Supply. Right, we got the what you call what you want to call it. You don't know what you're getting. Straight run, right? Kid y'all not. 6 of them. 5 of them was men. 1 girl. So that's how it became meals. Like, what was the odds of 5 males and 1 female?
They call that repurposing.
It was like last night in the Pips.
was
Well, we didn't
females.
know if they were boys or girls. So, but Charlie ended up being a girl, and Ollie ended up being a
So
boy.
I didn't know
So,
like gender neutral names. So, I didn't
So-
know.
Charlie's
Yeah,
not
well, that's
bad.
my.
He don't get enough from the ducks, so he starts on the chickens.
yeah.
My two Polish hens, when the first time I put them in the run with the other girls, the one Polish hen took off like it was a rooster attacking chickens. Ever since then, it's been beaten up every day by all the other chickens, and I'm wondering, is it a rooster or what? I don't know. We're waiting for an egg or a crow. I don't know.
I found out one of the silkies, one of the black ones, was a rooster. I heard him crowing, but I didn't know which one it was. And I finally saw him crowing, so I knew it was him.
I think the
Yeah.
Polish are like the Silkies. You can't tell until they either crow or lay an egg. Yeah.
But the same.
But I started noticing green feathers and his spurs are growing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Crowing at 3:30 this morning.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
we
not.
can't have roosters in our town, so that would be a problem.
Well, I mean,
Same thing. I was telling Casey, we can't have roosters here either.
Very loud.
yeah, the Silkies aren't loud at all. I was sitting on the front porch this
I wanted
morning.
Goat, but the goat make too much noise, so we can't have those either.
We almost bought a goat once
Yeah.
at Tractor Supply.
They had like these
But-
You sure it was a goat and it wasn't just Danny with the beard?
Well,
Well, the guy was trying to tell me that it was a pygmy goat and that it was, as big as it was going to get and everything.
and
But
it needed bottle
and it
fed.
needed to be bottle fed. But the size the goat was for the size he was telling me it was going to stay at the age it was, I think he was trying to pass one off.
So you said Tractor Supply, or it was a swap meet in front of Tractor?
Yeah,
the
the swap meet.
Right, the swap meet.
At Tractor Supply.
We have two
Oh.
silkies. I kind of want to trade one.
And he wanted, but I'm like, I'm not about to get up all night to feed a goat.
Oh, no.
So.
I would.
No, you don't even want to get out of bed in the morning. I could about imagine you. After 2 days, you'd be like, I'm done with this. Send it back.
Yeah, because I wanted to get 2 milking goats, but then I was like, nah, they might make too much noise, and the neighbors probably call the city on me or something.
The little milking goats I've seen on the YouTube channels, they don't seem like they make much noise. I mean, whenever they video it.
That's what I was thinking too.
One of the I used to gauge wells on land, and one of the wells I would go to, they had some tanks that were 25 feet up, and somebody had some little pygmy goats, and they get all the way up on top of the tank. They climb up the steps, get on top of it, they break out their cage, they climb up, and then they start fighting on top of the tanks. And I seen that one time. I was pulling into the location, and the one closest to the edge turned and looked at my truck, and the one that it was fighting with pushed him, fell over the side of the tank 25 feet, fell on the ground. I'm like, oh, that thing just died. About 10 seconds, it laid on the ground, got up, shook itself off, went back up the stairs to fight some more. Hey, Miss Crystal, how you doing tonight?
Bill, do y'all need permits for your chickens?
I hope not.
Bill says, got to
I think that we have a limit. It could be a max of 15,
Yeah.
but it has something to do with the size of your property too, which I think is, I have like about a third of an acre, and that's enough for 15. So whatever it is, it's not real restrictive. But only 15, I think.
Yeah, Connecticut, they sent me my permit. So I got
Wow.
31 chickens.
Well, that's Connecticut for you.
Yeah.
You guys just come down south.
Yeah, they sent me.
Connecticut hasn't been the same ever since they had an income tax. Let's face it.
Oh, Lord. But yeah, they sent me a permit. So I was like, oh, good. Because first thing I saw in the mail was Connecticut Agriculture. I was like, Department of Agriculture. Oh, they got me.
Yeah, I was just surprised to find out that the dog permit that I got for my dog is only good for 1 year. I thought it was a one-shot deal.
Oh, you have to have a permit for a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, license, yep, in the state. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think it's the whole state though, not just towns.
But I like about the reason why I get over with our dog is chipped. He's chipped. She's chipped.
Yeah,
Has a chip.
ours is too.
We shipped her from Arkansas. She came from Arkansas.
Ours came from the Mexican border.
Came from Ohio, one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody might call Trump. But don't say it too loud. It might deport you.
I know. There's definitely some questions. Ours is chipped too, though, so maybe that'll make Donald happy.
Yeah. I think it makes a big difference when your dog is chipped. They tend to not bother you too much about certain things.
Well, the neat thing about this chip is I'm wondering if I can buy the reader, but it has a built-in temperature sensor.
Yeah, if the dog
When they
died,
scan the dog, it tells you the temperature, the dog's temperature.
yeah,
I was like,
if
well,
the
that's
dog
pretty cool.
died, it can tell you the dog is dead. No, I'm serious.
Instead of continuing to look for it.
Yeah, no, seriously, no joke.
Uh-huh.
We have all our paperwork, right?
Yeah.
If your dog get lost and they read the temperature, they can tell you the dog is dead.
Say hi to Cajun.
I mean, they can tell you off the back that the dog is over here, but it's dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cajun.
I don't know. I just kind of we just also went to the vet, and of course they all want to sign you up for health insurance for a dog.
Oh, we're doing that. You know how dog visits are? There are $400 a visit.
I don't know.
$400
I once had a vet tell me that my cat needed to have surgery done on its knee, and I said, "What would happen if it doesn't?" He said, "Well, it might limp." And I said, "I can live with that." He really wanted to send me to an orthopedic surgeon for knee surgery on a cat. And I thought,
Yeah.
really? I
That was
thought cats
probably
are
what,
pretty
20
replaceable.
That's probably a $2,300 bill right there.
I don't know. I didn't do the surgery, and the cat didn't limp either.
This is Cajun.
And he lived 18. It lived 18 years as me as a bachelor, so that's a testament to how survival fit it was.
Oh wow.
We get to feed it for a little while and all that.
Casey, do you take your dog to the vet?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I can.
What is y'all checkup fee? Because mine is $400.
It's about 200,
It
220.
just depends on
What they have to do.
needed.
I'm starting to like
Yeah,
the
I mean, they
prices
do
I'm paying a lot more.
They give her update shots, new tags. Yeah, they do the whole workup.
Yeah. Well, the first visit here was like about $350, I think, and then I went back because I didn't really like the first place I went to, and I wanted to go someplace closer to home. And so they did blood work and did a once over, and that was 160,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, that's about that, right?
Yeah,
About
about 160.
$200.
They usually go like every 6 months for their heartworm shot, and then like once a year for their rabies and stuff.
Rabies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. The last dog I had was back in the 80s, and that dog went to the vet once.
Yeah.
It was a black lab that when it used to get loose and it was loose, somebody shot it with a BB gun. Didn't really do any damage to the dog, but when he got home or a few days later, we could see there was an infection starting.
Oh,
So he took it to the vet. The vet basically took his 2 fingers, squeezed it, the BB popped out, and he says, "Go home."
wow.
That was it.
We get-
13 years we had the dog. And that was
Yeah.
the only time we took him to the vet.
But my wife, she was saying that do Stanford Health, the hospital, when she do the new insurance for the family, they offer pets. So we're gonna just add our dog to it. Yeah, they have the
Yeah.
offer where they actually, insure your pet also. So you can get a medical insurance for your pet. So that's what we're gonna do because out of $300-400 out of our pocket every other year, it's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
But does it cover that? I mean, does it cover the routine stuff?
Oh yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Because
don't know. They almost got me, but then I kind of thought, I don't know, not yet. I'll take a chance.
you know why we doing it? Because what happened is even if they take $25 a month from her, even though it's more money in the long run, but the part of like when you say, oh my God, she gotta go to the vet, you gotta come out of $400 cash in your pocket. You know what I mean? Like right there in one. So if anything goes wrong with her, we just take her there because she's covered like us. She'll be just a co-payment and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Because-
Hey, listen, I'm looking at the time and I got to get out of here.
All right.
Been
Right.
fun.
Thank you, Mr. Bill. We enjoyed it.
It's good to see you all.
Look me up on Microfarm, Mr. Bill. I'll send
Okay.
it back to you. Holla at
You're a micro farmer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Microfarmer. We're right across the water from each other.
All right. I'll look up.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good night. Great talking to you. And I hope we do this again sometime.
Thank
All
you.
right.
And I'll get myself some White Claws next time.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can go 1 for 1.
But just make sure you don't send me no more wine.
Oh, did you like it?
Oh yeah, it was pretty good. That one is in the
All
2
right.
hours in 3 hours.
I was hoping that it didn't turn to vinegar before it got there.
You can send some White Claw.
Send you the White Claw?
No sin, no alcohol.
I'll see if they have it on Amazon.
No.
What they do? They have it on Amazon.
I'll bet they do.
Yeah, they do. They got everything on Amazon. That's like him big and paid.
All right. I'm going to say goodnight, and I'll talk to you guys again sometime. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. I mean, it is. I don't know. When y'all gonna wrap up?
Probably 15, 20 minutes. If anybody else would like to get on, I mean, you're more than welcome to show your face, do some talking, promote your channel.
Yep. Come join the Cajuns and the Yankees.
Almost can't be much further apart.
Yeah, that's true.
What? What?
Literally 3 miles from the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh wow.
Cajun.
You've looked into those fodder systems anymore, Mr. Homer?
Yeah. I'm looking every day for something to recycle. That's what I do when I drive around. I look for things because up here people throw things away. You just drive by. Like I got 7 5-gallon buckets. Somebody just had it in front of their yard, just throwing it out for recycle. I picked them because I'm planning to do bigger things now. Like if I can get free buckets and stuff to grow in.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to take them and I'm going to grow collard greens, mustard greens in the front. Because see, the front of my house is where the south-facing sun comes. So I'm thinking if I go buckets and decorate them, like get my girls to paint them beautiful rainbow colors so the wife don't be, getting on my case. So if I get the kids to decorate them and do abstract painting on the buckets and I'll line them up on top of our wall. We have a cliff wall. And I'll line the buckets up on the wall in front of the wagon.
Brother, he was on last. Yeah, I mean, buckets are good to grow in. A lot of people grow in them.
So I heard collard greens can grow in there, cabbage can grow in there, mustard greens. I'm looking for stuff that can grow in a bucket very well. I heard potatoes do very well in buckets.
Phil grows, Phil that was on early, he doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he grows a lot of tomatoes and stuff in buckets, 2.5 or 3.5 to 5-gallon buckets.
I might do that because we're not a tomato-based family. So that's what I'm saying. I probably wouldn't do tomato. That's what I said. Shed Wars would be different for me next year because there's a lot of stuff that I will do because we have a certain base of people. So, but I noticed that the doctors and nurses, they love eggplants, cucumbers, and oh my God, zucchinis.
Zucchini, yeah.
So
the zucchini, they make zucchini rice and all kind of healthy with that. Nothing made healthy.
Yeah, they take our kale, they take our collard greens, they take our snap peas. Those are the things that we get more going out the door. People like, you got that. Our collard greens, our mustard greens, our kale, our bell peppers, our potatoes. This year corn died on us. We usually give corn, but this year I don't know what happened to the corn. I think I grew them too close to each other. So I'll be doing corn again next year. I have carrots right now in there. We have the radish. I had the white sickle radish.
Right.
They took all those because they like the peppers and the crunch. I got some beets. I showed you the beets I grew out there. So I got beets coming up soon. So carrots, onions. So I'm gonna do a lot next year. This year I messed up in my garden. I did. I really did. I moved a lot of things. I did taboo. I moved raised beds. So a lot of things. Once you disturb the soil, you jacking yourself up. And I that's one thing I wanted to tell people, like, don't do what I did this year, where when I did the extension of the chicken run, I moved 3 raised beds over. So when I did that, I destroyed the soil, like the nutrients.
Right.
So when you disturb the soil, you just messed up the whole bed. But some stuff kicked in, but some stuff was like, nah, we're not having it. We dying. Good night. That's what they did to me.
Phil, I know you can't read the comments. Phil said all winter cold crops grow well in buckets.
Oh, okay.
He grows a lot of stuff in buckets. So,
have anybody ever grown okra in buckets?
I'm sure. Like we was talking about the last time, I've seen people grow it in cinder blocks. The little hole in the cinder blocks.
Okay. Yeah.
Cajun Homestead is still out of electricity. He said they might get it back by Sunday.
Oh, that's
sad.
Yeah, we just got power back on Tuesday. what, 5 days without
Yep.
power.
93 gallons, 94 gallons of gas.
Some of my patients, they just got power back yesterday, so they was out without power.
That's my question. Was like, do y'all have generators? Like, I mean, like I hear the South and like the Midwest, like, you know, they get hit with tornadoes.
We do. Some people just, if they can afford it, they buy
Yeah,
one.
we have a small one. It won't run the whole house, but it'll run everything important in the house.
Okay.
We can run everything in the house, but the central unit. But I didn't want to spend all the money to be able to tie it in. It's like $700 for the throw switch to take off the power from the town and then tie it in. So my house is 5 feet off the ground, so we just went underneath the house, ran new wires, and put receptacles in the wall for generator power to be able to plug the stuff into. And we run the generator like that, and it just we got a plug in for the front of the generator to where, you know, if I got to leave with the generator, we can leave with the generator. It's not completely tied in.
Okay.
I actually have 3 of them I bought over the years.
Okay.
And my daughter has a small one that she keeps at her place during hurricane season to be able to run her freezer and her her freezer and a refrigerator and a couple fans when they stay there.
Oh, okay.
And
Because I
then-
always wonder why people have they be in some spots where they know they're gonna get hit. Like even up here, we know like sometime our winters get banged where we get ice build up on the overhead electrical wires and they snap, trees fall, branches break, and the people go, "Oh my God!" and they all run out to Home Depot looking for generators. And I'm sitting there like, you know, this happens every year. This happens every year. It's just like a snowstorm coming. Everybody running for shovels. I'm like, where's your shovel from last year?
Yeah.
Well, after the first storm, they had people selling generators.
Like the next.
As soon as the electricity started coming on, people were selling generators.
Wow.
And then this one comes and hits, and it's twice as bad. You know, there's 3 times the amount of people that's out of electricity, and the other people saw theirs, you know, and having to find more.
Wow. Yeah,
One-
I would assume y'all invest in a good water pump.
Well, in town we don't have to have water. You know, the town water stays on. It's on generator.
No, I'm talking about water pump to pump out your basements or your yard, your garage and stuff.
We don't have
But
basements.
we don't have a basement.
Yeah.
But the garage, we can't really pump it out when the water comes up.
Yeah.
We just have to wait for the water to go back down, and the water goes out, and then we got to pressure wash it.
Oh. Hey, because I was like, you know, we do get some breeze, like, you know, it gets cold here. It gets, but lately it hasn't been getting cold. Like, I haven't really. That's why I said I put the okra out there, the giant okra,
Right.
just to see it. See, I'm not doing stuff to eat. I just want to see what will happen. Like, you know, we've been getting 70s, 60s, 50s, you know, here. So I just want to see what happens.
Have a great evening, Miss Crystal. Thank you for stopping by. You know, and you might make it. You might get a pot or 2 off of them. It's you never know really, and it's not. The barnyard chicken. She said she just started some seeds and planted it. She planted them in buckets.
Oh, okay.
See what it was. Eric, we hadn't. We have thought about putting solar panels, but we don't want to put them on top of the home because of the issues with the hurricanes. They tend to cause more damage.
Our neighbors have.
Yeah, the neighbors have it, but they got to climb up and take every time a hurricane's coming. They have to go up there and take them down. And with my job, I never know exactly when I'll be coming in, if I'll be in time to be able to pull them off.
Mm.
I'm not doing
No.
it.
Cajun Homesteader, I have my generator from Reed is actually broken right now. There's an electronic fuel switch on it that on the cheap generator. Why they put that, I don't know. But it doesn't open up the fuel for the carburetor. But I bought one. It's 2 or 3 years after that. That's the one we've been using. We were using almost 11, 12 gallons a day for the to run what we were running. We ran everything in my house, and then we turned around and I ran an extension cord next door to the neighbors, and we were running his 2 refrigerators. I'm sorry, his 2 freezers and the 2 freezers and his a couple fans and his refrigerator. Okra, I love boiled okra. You take it off the plant, boil it, put just a little bit of vinegar. I'm not a vinegar fan.
Yeah.
For okra. I mean, I'll eat it. I just don't.
I like to
smell
smother it down better. You've eaten okra before, Mr. Homer?
Yeah, fried.
Fried is good. We smother it down. We'll take it, put it in a big old pan. You start with like 15 gallons of it in a pan. And by the time you're done, you end up with 3 or 4 gallons off of it.
Your grandma likes fried okra.
Yeah. Just take it and cook it.
I know what you talk about. You know, I had it in gumbo, like people put it in gumbo.
Yeah.
I just don't like the
Slime.
sliminess of it. So fried is better for me.
This is slimy.
If they cook it right, when they smother it down, if they cook it right, you're not gonna have any slime off of it. When you're getting slime in a gumbo, the people put the okra in pieces, you know, the pieces in the gumbo, and then they let it cook in the gumbo, so you end up with the slime off of that. I cook it in a separate pot, you know, and then you can freeze it. So I cook it in a separate pot. If you add vinegar to it, the vinegar knocks the slime out. Or you could put like tomatoes, the acidity from tomatoes, Rotel tomatoes, any type of tomatoes. You put that when you're cooking it, and it knocks out the slime also.
Oh, okay.
It's amazing. But you put 15 gallons of okra in a pot, it looks like Slimer passed over it by the from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Start cooking. Oh my, it got
And
some
when you
slime.
cut it, it's like
Yeah. But I eat the fried ones better. I like the fried ones.
his grandma used to like that a lot.
I like the fried okra.
Right. I'll take the fried ones and put it and dip it in some marinara sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And that's awesome.
In Ohio, the location we were working at, we were there for a few months. In the restaurant we'd go eat at for lunch, I got them to order some fried okra, and that was a big thing for a while over there at that place.
Oh,
They sold a lot of it.
yeah. Tastes good fried and some marinara sauce, tomato sauce on it.
Anything's good fried.
Oh, yeah. It grows like crazy. It really does.
Yeah.
Eric,
I just got a late start on it. I just got a
Right.
late. I should have held on to those seeds. I ain't gonna lie, but I can get more seeds, so I ain't worried about it.
I can say I got some short stubby plants that get wide, but they put out some it's like a cow horn. It's a long okra, but they'll put like 3 or 4 pods out in a little area. It's
That's
neat.
from Lost Show.
Yeah, no, that's not the ones from Lost Show. That's from
So I'll try anything. If somebody has some seeds, I'm microphone. Like you said, hit me up on the email and I'll see my address and I'll try it.
I'll send you some seeds. And
You know.
we got some outside. I need to finish pulling the seeds out the pods.
I can
Yeah.
do it tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm sleeping in tomorrow.
No,
So.
6:30. That's it.
So
No.
I'll definitely grow it because that's what I say. I'm gonna be collecting 5-gallon buckets. I'll be probably on a mission probably next week going to the bakeries and stuff to see if I can get their jelly buckets.
Right.
So see if they'll give me some jelly buckets out there. Go to the little Italian bakeries in certain towns and see if they have buckets. And I'm just gonna line up the front of my, because I got a long stretch. I got about 150 footage in front of my house. And I mean, I don't mind, if somebody steal a bucket, that's okay.
Yeah.
But-
Okra's not a bad looking plant. The flowers on it's real pretty.
Yeah. I wasn't worried about that. I was telling the wife, I have a whole strip that I can grow just about the same amount you saying, like about 4 feet, 5 feet by 100 feet easily with buckets.
Yeah.
Line up in the front. But the problem is, I don't think somebody maybe might steal them. I don't know. Or kids might kick them over.
Right.
Just dumb, stupid stuff,
Uh,
But if I put it on the top of the wall, nobody's coming on my property. That's for sure. Because I got motion sensors on my own property.
right.
So people thought I was bugging out, but I was like, no, I can tell you if you put your feet on my driveway, I have on my drive in my property motion sensors. And people's like, you must be from New York. I'm like, I just put them there because
Comfort, feeling of comfort.
yeah, because like where I'm sitting down in the basement, you can come. It's ground level, like where I'm at now, sitting in the white office. You got a window here, but it's ground level. You don't even have to climb up in this house. The windows actually the bottom windows are at the ground level.
Wow.
So it's not. I kid you not. It's not even. My window is not even. Literally, no more than 4 inches from the ground.
Mine almost 7 feet the bottom of the windows.
Yeah, so you can easily come in to the back, the bait, you can come on the bottom section. So I at one time we didn't have this property fenced. So you could just walk on in here, walk straight to the back. That's why when we brought the property, wife was like, I'm not going to back there because it wasn't fenced. You could just walk through here.
Right.
So I fenced it off because we got a dog and everything like that. But so now it's fenced off and I got motion lights out. So one I didn't have motion lights before until they stole one of my chickens. They cost me about $200 to put motion lights. I mean, I did it myself. I wired it myself, but we never had an issue with people coming on our property. And when I realized, you get comfortable, you get complacent about your property, and then when you feel somebody done violate your property, you come on your property, because they did that when we was home.
Yeah.
So that means they jumped over our deck, came in, they felt comfortable walking down. Our dog is not an outside dog. And walked in, opened up our shed, took a chicken, closed it back up, and went about their business.
It's kind of like how we got the rooster. Like we wasn't here, and we came home, and there was an extra
chicken in the chicken run.
And then we're like, how did it get in there? Like none of our neighbors have chickens, so someone had to come and like put it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird,
Yeah, I mean, I told the police officers in our town here, I told them, I said, maybe the Lord didn't let me catch that person because I probably would have just stabbed them in the neck.
Yeah.
No, because I was being honest with you. I said, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, just, I know it's probably the little boy across. He's a little teenage kid that just finished high school and he had a couple of y'all call bonfires.
Right.
And his mother allowed him to have his little friends in the backyard. So I'm assuming those were the culprits because it was nobody else who knew I have chickens like that. Because they can, they connected to the backyard so they can see my yard. So the man behind me, right behind me, they 70 years old. The person next door, she's a friend of mine, so she gets some free stuff anyway. And the people that's from Brazil next to me, they okay, they're not gonna bother me. So I said it has to have been a teenager. It had to have been a teenager.
Yeah.
And he felt comfortable. That means because you just can't walk on my property. That means he climbed our deck. And I was like, I'm glad I didn't catch the person. I don't know if it's a young boy or anybody, because I got 2 6-year-old girls. Like y'all got daughters?
Yeah.
I ain't taking no chance with you, bro. As far as I'm going to tell the police in the court office is that I got 2 girls to protect.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. You felt comfortable coming up here while I'm sleeping with my kids. If I catch you, you're done deal.
Yeah, we got 3 girls, so.
I'm not going to hit you in the back of your back. I'm not going to hit you in the back of your neck. I'm going to get you front to front. But when they do the autopsy, they're like, well, he got hit from the front.
Make sure you know what you did wrong. You're going to see it.
Yeah, because I felt violated.
We've been lucky over here where we at. I mean, we hardly lock. I forget to lock my truck all the time.
Oh, my wife do the same thing. We don't lock our. That's the same. We got complacent because people here don't lock their car doors. Sometimes we left the garage door open where they could have came and took all my Craftsman tools and I got a whole set of Craftsman tools and the bins, the rolling things. They could have rolled all my stuff to the street. Took it all.
Yeah. What's up, Tim?
So we never had that issue. Like I said, we never felt threatened here to where until that chicken got missing. Just that one chicken that made me just change the whole thought system. I just had things in place, but not to like really, because I used to travel too. Like I said, I had the property in Georgia. I was building a house, so I had things in place when I'm not here. If I wanted to, and I have my properties. Right. If I stayed at that property, at least I know my family has some type of alarm system here when I'm not here. The wife don't like to use freedom sticks. I mean,
we got 2 of them, 2 dogs.
No, freedom sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Some boom booms.
Yeah.
Expressive freedom fees.
Yeah, so she don't like them. So.
Hey, Tim, if you want to join, I just posted the link. You're welcome to join in with us, man. We've been,
Drinking.
drinking, talking a little bit, and anybody that wants to join, Mr. Homer's been on almost from the beginning with us. Mr. Bill from Little White Door was in here a minute ago. You're welcome to join. Anybody is. Feel welcome. You visit, put a name to the face, and subscribe. It's all some great people.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, it beats the club fee.
Oh yeah.
Free entertainment is the best.
Well, we go to a little hole in the wall bar about twice a year. And it's always an argument who's gonna drink and who's gonna drive.
Well, we just
It doesn't matter if she drinks or if she doesn't drink. She's gonna sit at the table all night.
Okay.
I don't have fun if I don't drink. She'll drink 2 drinks and I'm not drinking no more. But then it's too late. She's drank. She doesn't drive well already. Then she's drank 2 beers, so I'm not gonna, or two White Claws. I'm not gonna let her drive.
Oh Lord.
just let me drink my drinks and let me go to bed.
Well, at least there's only 2 White Claws. They're not even that
No,
much
they're not.
alcohol, are they?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's 11,
Alcohol in it.
5%.
5%. It's a little bit more than a wine cooler.
So you saying 2 of them will send you on the way?
Oh yeah, cheap.
So that's what I'm saying. She's not a drinker. She's
Oh,
like
no.
5% alcohol beverages will put her out.
I'm good.
Neither one of us are. Well, I like to drink too much. That's why I don't drink much. Hear that, Mr. Bobby?
Yeah, I don't like to drink. Like I said, I don't drink because, like I said, kids and I just like to know where I'm at.
Right.
Well, that's why, like, if Colt was here, we
Yeah,
wouldn't
we
be
don't.
drinking.
The baby's here. We don't drink at all.
Yeah, that's why they take painkillers. The doctor was like, "Oh, you're gonna need Percocet." No, like,
Yeah, I don't do that either.
she prescribed it, but I was like, I'm not taking none of that because, like, now the wife is at work.
Yep.
Kids upstairs running up and down. I want my whole focus to be focused.
And
So-
see, that's how, like, I even came home, like, when Colt was born. I had a C-section. They sent me home 24 hours after he was born. And then I didn't have no pain medicine from, like, that night till the morning. So, like, I took it, like, that first day. But after that, like, I don't, like, I'll be hurting. But especially if he's at work, I don't like to mess with any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's been to a bar less than 20 times in his life. I honestly say I've been to that more. I've been to more bars in 1 week than that.
And then one time, like, Maya was small. She ended up having a seizure, and I had like maybe like 1 or 2 drinks that night. So we had to end up taking her to the emergency room. And I'm like, ever since then, like, she's old enough now, and he's here. But other than that, we don't drink with the kids here.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't. She was like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yep." I don't. Nothing. Not even Tylenol. Nothing.
Yeah, we don't do that either.
Most of the time, after about 3 beers is usually the limit, because after that 3rd one, if I crack another one, it's like Jägermeister. I need, I get the itch to go to the bar, and that never works out well.
Oh, yeah. That's why the wife was like, "You don't drink. I can eat a piece of rum cake and probably be gone."
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't drink. So I feel like, don't drink, don't smoke. So.
Yep.
And I'm a light sleeper, and she laughed about it today because every time she gets up to go to her teaching the clinicals, she gets up at 5:30 in the morning, and she knows every little movement wakes me up. So when she goes into the master bathroom, she hits the lights on, but she leaves the door open that comes towards our bedroom.
Every woman does that.
You said every woman. I'm like, you woke me up. Like, oh, you was up already. I was like, no, I'm a light sleeper. Then she want
up anyway, so
then she want to sing, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, really? And I was like, I said, you trying to kill me on sleep deprivation. See, nobody ever went to crimes on sleep deprivation, killing the husband for not letting him sleep. Because once I'm up, I'm up. I can't really go. I'm not that type of person. I get up and I can go back to sleep.
That's how I am.
From up,
I'm done.
me, I'm wrong. roll over, conk out.
Shoot,
I can't do that. Once a month.
once in a while, I'll make it till 7 o'clock in the morning. And I made it to 7 o'clock one morning, and Colt was looking for me. I had actually went to sleep in his bed. And she's like, "Oh, Dad is in your bed." He comes jump in my bed, comes jump in the bed and wakes me up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's up early.
So I know she does that on purpose, waking me up in the morning.
Yeah, every woman does that.
Mhm.
But boy, you make noise whenever they sleeping in.
Oh yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy.
I mean, yeah, you ain't. Hey, let me tell you something. Might as well keep the one you're with. That's how I see it.
Oh, I'm not getting another one. I done told her that's the last one. She's
Yeah.
not moving.
He's stuck.
That-
with him.
That's it. That's what I told her. I told mine the same thing. Like, well, you better ask God for some Christmas gifts because I'm gonna be here. Because I'm not going nowhere. You can't get me out of here.
She can leave. She just ain't leaving with the kid. You know, that-
Yeah.
She loves his mama, so
Yeah, I told her like, I'm not going nowhere. My job is to make your life miserable. That's it. If it gets that bad, you're just gonna be one miserable person.
That's her job. She makes me miserable.
oh Lord have mercy.
She mumbles and she talks slow, and I say what, and she talks lower the second time. I'm like, I couldn't hear you. She talks even lower the third time, and then I'm like, bruh, oh, I know you can talk. Open your mouth. And then she's like, well, I'm talking fine. Now you are. That's how it goes.
I can't help it that you're old and you can't hear.
Oh my God! My wife said the same thing about I'm old. Old.
Older than me though. He is older.
Yeah, his wife's your age, and he's older than me.
Yeah, I'm 20 years older than my wife. I'm 53.
He's
30.
13 years older than me.
So she called me old man. One of my girls called me old man. She's like, come here, old man. I'm talking to you.
And
When Colt,
Paul.
Paul. When Colt was being born, I wanted to call me Paul. You know, like back in the old days, instead like on Gunsmoke,
Yeah.
to call me Paul, and I got voted down on that fast.
Oh wow.
We call you daddy like the rest of us. I'm like, no, I want to be called Paul.
Now I call him Babe.
Babe. Yeah. He picked it up from Gina.
Like I call him Babe. He'd be like, Babe, I need to talk to my babe. He says, where's Babe? All day long. He'll call my phone. Hey, babe.
Yes.
I tell you, kids are the best, man.
Oh my God. We just laugh. It's
I'm so much more patient now than I used to be. Also,
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm there. I'm there with you, man. I've been there. I'm a pushover, man. Real pushover.
yeah.
Especially the girls. They two girls. I'm the big pushover.
They're rotten.
They don't pay me. They don't pay me no mind. They be like, yeah, he gonna bing bag, and then he gonna go get it for us.
Yeah. My second one. I need some money. We'll get you a job.
Daddy.
But daddy.
Okay.
No.
Write a check.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, we're not a check.
Mine's come there. They see something on TV. Oh, we want that. Nah, I ain't gonna get that. You already got toys. You got $1,000 here.
Or you don't play with.
Yep.
Yep.
We at Walmart or Target going to get it. Yeah. I tell you, man, like they got you.
Yep.
Mine's got it so bad they go and look in the snack cabinet. Oh, we out of Kit Kats. You gotta get some more Kit Kats. You gotta get more Hershey Kisses. I'm like, wait a minute, y'all putting a list out here?
That's Colt chips.
Oh, yeah. Go get the specific chips he wants. You can't run out of popcorn. That's the end of the world.
Oh, they eat popcorn every night.
Oh, we got
Tonight.
what's that called? That smart popcorn? The smart popcorn, the cheddar cheese popcorn. We got to get that too.
Oh no, it's just regular popcorn.
Microwave popcorn. They have to have it every night after their bath. Both of them.
And we got to have an empty salt shaker to act like we shake the salt on top of his, because he got to have salt. He thinks you put salt on it. Yeah, look, and I'll put you some more. So we take the empty salt shaker on top of it, thinking, oh, I love the taste of salt. Good job. He pours salt. He'll eat it.
Like today, he packs his lunch for school. He don't like to eat the school lunch. It's too hot. He likes it like
He likes his At the hottest room temperature.
So he doesn't eat lunch, so I pack his lunch.
I do the same thing here.
He said cucumbers and tomatoes and some macaroni. He said he's making his list of what all he wants for his lunch.
Wow. Same thing. They take fruit cups, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, ham and cheese sandwich. They taking Cheetos. They taking Skittles, whatever they you know. And then sometimes they eat school lunch, but most of the time they taking their own lunch.
Well, Cole, he don't eat like sandwiches or nothing. He'll take gumbo.
You do the rice and gravy twice a day, 3 times a day, 7 days a week. No
I put
issues.
stuff in his thermos, like macaroni and cheese. He'll eat that.
Yeah.
Pizza rolls. I put corn dog usually. Some I get put in his thermos, and then like a little kind of snack.
Oh yeah. They love it. We ordered pizza. Like we ordered pizza yesterday, and we had ordered a pie. Now probably Monday they're gonna take the pizzas where they want me to cut it in pieces. So like you said, the pizza rolls,
Cut it in bites.
pizza bites. They take them and put them in a little Ziploc bag, and by the time they have lunch, it's already at room temperature. The little pizza bites, and they eat them. So yeah.
He gets his milk at school and stuff.
He thought that was so cool.
Because I told him like he drinks milk all day long, and I told him you won't be able to drink milk at school like you do at home. Well, the first day he said, "Mama, they have milk at school." He said, "You even have chocolate milk." He thought it was like so cool that they have milk at school.
Yeah.
But he don't even drink chocolate milk. He don't drink no juice. Like sometimes in the summer he'll drink like the little barrel juices, but other than that, it's milk and water. He don't drink no sugar drinks or nothing like that.
Phil, we're making you hungry. I thought you'd had breakfast made for me this morning when I went to drop that stuff off.
Yeah, I was in Lafayette too, Phil. You could have gave me some breakfast.
Yeah.
I think we can get off of here, guys.
All right.
Getting tired. Appreciate it, Mr. Homer. Thanks for stopping in with us, man.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I think I'm gonna have to drop this video in the morning. I'm not gonna be up this late messing with editing.
Well,
I'll come down tomorrow after she helped me drag that bin over to the chicken coop and put the fee in the chicken coop. Yeah, they get loud when they're hungry, boy. I'll tell you, they get loud when they're hungry.
Gotta keep
Like,
your house happy.
yeah, they definitely got loud today because today I had to go out and I took some to them and took like about 5 pounds of feed to them and just threw it out there for them to get it. Because I was telling the wife to help me get it out there, but I did it with the girls. She'll help me drag it out there in the morning. So that's a good thing. So, all right, y'all have a beautiful one. Stay safe. And like I said, I'll see y'all on the next round and I'll keep in contact with everybody. And like I said, if you got to flee where you flee, you got a spot in New Jersey and Connecticut up here. Yeah.
All righty.
Have a good one, Mr. Homer. See you later, Phil. Dan. Have a great one, y'all. Eric, Bobby, Tim, everybody that stopped by. Thank y'all. South Louisiana boy, you gotta love it. Y'all grow that later.